And we are live. All right. Welcome everybody to Variant Roll's Dungeon of the Mad Mage Extravaganza. We have 21 levels of madness, and in order of approval, there's this just getting deeper and deeper into Undermountain, and I'm excited to be here. And we've got some new players for a new session and a new series. In fact, we're going to do our level 10 Murial's Gauntlet mini series here. We're going to somehow wrap this up in 3 sessions. I'm going to tell you guys, this is going to be a bit of a cram. I mean, there's a lot of material we're about to jam into this one, but I'm excited because we have some very competent players here today. Tim, if you would please announce yourself and your character and where we can find you on the interwebs.
Well, hi, I'm Tim. I'm at Anonymous on most things on social media. And today I'm playing Narkon Word, the deep gnome, cleric of the Arcana. And that's it.
That name.
That name.
It occurs to me, can you guys do an audio check real quick? Tim, say something?
Hello. Everyone good?
Okay, you are coming in through a different channel. I will adjust accordingly.
Oh no.
Yeah, I love those technical difficulties.
No, it wouldn't be a stream if there weren't some sort of audio technical.
Absolutely not.
But the important part is I caught it before chat did. Mostly because of delay. I was expecting it. Okay, so Tim, on the Twitterverse. Very much. And your character tonight.
My character tonight is Narkon Word.
Knock on wood. I cannot wait to see where this is going to go.
I'm not going to be able to do anything whenever he says his name.
Oh, imagine when you have to say it. Ryu, tell us about your yourself, your internet presence, and your amazing character tonight.
Hi, I'm Ryu, your friendly neighborhood dragon that doesn't burn down villages, I promise. You can find me as Ryu Red Wings on all sorts of social media. I write, I draw, I do backflips. Not really. And tonight I'm... if only I could. That'd be really great. Probably do great things for my back. But sadly I can't. I'd probably break every bone in my body. However, my character can do backflips. I'm playing the tiefling monk, Honey Pelsart, and she's here to party.
Honey likes to party. Okay. Okay. Monks. All right, Samwise, tell us about your character. You play a monk in our other games, so.
I do have a soft spot for monks, so I'm excited to see you punch some stuff. But hey everyone, I am Samwise. You can find me pretty much anywhere that I exist on the internet at Samwise_GameG. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. I play in a wonderful Ravnica set game that is also DM'd by Corey here. And tonight I will be playing Gemaline Aberel, a Great Old One warlock.
Ooh, Great Old One. I hope she brought her little swimmers. All right, and Kyle, tell us about yourself and tell us about your fantastic character. You're playing the fighter tonight, yeah?
Yeah. I usually play fighters. I am Kyle. You can find me on Twitter at Kaji Akuma. It's spelt wrong, so look at the name bar below, because I learned very much later that it was spelled the other way. And I am playing Hemet Wildheart, a halfling fighter who is always dressed in a suit.
Wildheart, and he always wears a suit.
Yeah.
That's a playa right there. Be careful, ladies.
The halfling representation.
Okay. All right. So, the scene is the 10th floor as you're moving down through Undermountain. How did you get to Undermountain? What is your objective? Why are you in Undermountain, each of you? Knock on wood.
Emily's here
Why?
just,
Well, I mean, I am always just on the lookout for any kind of special, beautiful, magical trinkets that maybe my patron might appreciate. Getting my beautiful inlets on. I'm also always just kind of on the lookout to do whatever I can, see if I can get some answers to a issue with my missing family.
Missing family. Okay.
Family
Yeah.
might be able to find something that'll help me locate them, because nothing from like finding them on other planes is really working. I actually think it might have been my patron did something with them. I don't know, but either way, I bet there's plenty of pretty things down here just for me.
Just for you. Knock on.
Well, I don't know. Like, ever since I was young, I heard about the Undermountain. I did, and you know, being the good archaeologist and scribe of Denar, I just want to go into the Undermountain and map the area out a bit more, so I can share my knowledge with more people.
And what better way to do it than under the heavy protection of Hemet Wildheart? Tell us, why have you ventured into the depths of Undermountain?
well, I'm here because I like to fight things. That's really it. I heard there was some really, really, really strong things here, and I just really want to punch them. Or stab them. Most likely stab them. I'm not really a punch kind of person.
The pub brawl thing was just getting too easy, huh?
No, they kept throwing me out.
Dungeon of the Mad Mage will not throw you out. They welcome the challenge. Excellent. And Ryu, why is your amazing monk character name escaping? Ah, okay, help me. Honey. That's right.
Think honey bear.
I won't forget again.
It's
Okay.
fine. It's good.
It's a mental block. Okay, honey, what are you doing down here? Honey?
Well, as usual, I'm just looking for the best time. If you ask me, my answer probably changes every time you ask. And you might be getting the feeling that I actually don't know why I'm here. I am probably down here by accident. I might have been kind of drunk and fell down the hole, maybe. That's probably what happened. That's what happened. I fell down.
You fell in
Get me
a
out
hole.
of here, but it's also really fun to punch all these things. I've been looking for a good fight for a long time. This has been really great. Only problem is my boyfriend's probably looking for me because he saw me fall down, and I hope he didn't follow me in here to do that.
You didn't punch him on your way down, did you?
I don't think I did. I think. I'll get back to you on that. Don't remember.
This is going to be memorable. Okay, well, through your meanderings, somehow the four of you have run into each other on somewhere, quite honestly, not in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. You were all successfully in the Underdark, but something tells you that this wasn't where you were intending. There's a lot of mushrooms growing over here. There was an Umber Hulk you guys ran from at one location. That was getting kind of chasey over there, but you ended up all running into each other, and through a various cataclysmic series of events have learned to rely on one another, which is more or less for the better. I suppose you're all still alive. However, things have started to get a little more confining. The tunnels have gotten less natural and more constructed. You're starting to see the architecture that makes you think drow. And I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, it's not like you need dwarven stonecraft or anything like that to spot drow architecture. Oh, look, that looks like stone carved like spider webs. Oh, there's a giant stone half spider lady. Yep, this is probably drow architecture. We're moving into some dangerous territory, and rumor has it that there's a strong drow present in Undermountain. Maybe you guys are a little bit less lost today. You're stumbling along, and you come into this area that, you've been surviving on trail rations and torches for a while. It's a bit dark and damp down here, but today was the first day you've seen torchlight. Or, well, maybe not torchlight. It's a little bit purpley for torches. So, also another indicator you might be seeing something drow-like. That purple fey light is usually a sign of something bad in your experience as experienced level 11 adventurers. So, as you come crawling into this last area, up on your elbows, those of you in front and those of you in back with weapons drawn, you begin hearing something odd. You hear it.
For the record, I do just want to state that I am hovering along on my broom. I am not getting my feet dirty in any of this muck.
Well, by now we would know that. I mean,
Just making it clear.
Those brilliant silk slippers would never deign to touch anything but the softest of ivory floors.
It's true.
Maybe alabaster if it was well swept and maintained.
I mean, let's not get carried away here.
So, you come into an area where there is a rusted portcullis. You say rusted, but upon closer examination, the metal actually appears to be intentionally forged, pitted this way, and is not quite as dirty as you would expect something to be if it were truly rusted. Lying ahead of you is a series of metal bars with a purple flame flickering ahead in the stone corridors. The walls are about 10 feet away from one another. It's a good wide space, and it does appear to be well kept and well lit. The ceiling is about 10 feet tall, and sound of dripping water and rusted, grating, sort of door swinging in the background. It sounds maybe that there might be somebody living here, so your senses are on edge. As you approach this metal gate, how would you like to proceed?
Well,
Let's
I
be
for
real.
one.
Oh, sorry. Honey's probably right there already. She's poking her head, checking it out, just being obnoxiously curious, and just nothing has seemed to dampen her spirits if she's been down here. She's insanely curious about everything she comes across. She wants to know about everything, and she's already like looking at the store trying to figure out how to open it up, even though she probably has no skills whatsoever to do so.
So you're gonna rattle the door. You're gonna try and force the lock. You're gonna try and turn the knob. What's your?
I think I'm expecting. I know I have enough common sense to not make too much noise. I'm just trying to inspect everything as quietly as I can, while also looking at everyone else and be like, "Can I open it? Let's open it. Can I open? Can I? I want this. Can I open it now? Open it now? Yes? No? Say yes, or I'm opening it without permission."
Well, I think you can try and open it, but I think it might be a little bit too heavy for you.
Oh, not that small. Not as small as you, but anyway. I'm trying to shake it open now because
So
tell
you
me I can't.
you latch onto it and you start shaking it, and it does make a fair bit of noise, but does not immediately open.
That's lame.
You could try the door. No.
There is a handle.
Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I will use the door handle. I totally saw it.
It lets out a screech that echoes down the hallway as you open it, and kind of drags through the grit on the floor. But you successfully open the door.
Guess that was the doorbell as well.
Yeah, think anybody heard that?
Does someone hear anything from farther down the hall?
Actually, yes. If you would please roll a perception check for me, all of you.
That is a dirty 20.
Sorry.
That is.
That is a 14.
Uh,
I also think our volume might be a little bit low. I don't know if there's something you can do to tweak it on your end.
I can.
I got a big old 5.
Dirty 20.
All right. So a 5, a 14, and 2 20s. All right. So it isn't all that hard to hear, but maybe Ryu's having some. I'm sorry. Maybe Honey is having some difficulties.
Get used to it.
Yeah. I'm looking at our call here and not the stream, so I'm just seeing the names that you got put in here. So, Honey may be a little distracted with something else. There's some flickering purple light in there, and there's some glittery parts in the stone. It might be slime, it might be mica. You're not really sure, but it was shiny.
It's so pretty.
Everybody else, on the other hand, definitely hears the distant wail and moan that does not quite sound of this world. It's hard to tell which direction it's coming from, other than to say that of the split corridor ahead of you, you can just make out that the corridor splits to the left and the right and then goes down in 2 parallel hallways, and it sounds a little more like it's coming from the left. But it could be coming off of the left wall and it's coming from the right. You'd have to do a little more investigation. You're not really sure.
Well, that just does not sound good, and I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mage Armor on myself. I do have Armor of the Shadows, so I can do that at will without using a slot. Because Warlocks, yo!
Have you guys seen these rocks? They're so
Those are-
great!
They are very.
Why are y'all looking at me like that? What's the matter? What'd I miss?
The screaming.
Screaming? Oh my gosh, I thought that was Gemmaline. I thought she stepped on something again. Oh, hey, there it is. Wow, oh, these rocks are crazy, right?
They're not bad rocks. Not as far as rocks go, they're not that bad. I must admit.
Yeah, no.
They glow. Glowing is nice.
Yeah, I know, I love it. What if I can get these from my house? Oh, right, screaming. What should we do about that? It's really not good for ambience. I don't like it.
Well, is it coming from the left or from the right? So which way do you want to go? Who
Does it
wants
sound
to
like it's
go?
getting louder at all? Coming closer?
So as you venture in, there is the split to the left and the right. As you get into the T intersection, you can tell that it is definitely coming from your left. But you don't hear anything from your right.
Well, I think we should go right. Let's go away from all the loud screaming and head
Yep.
towards the right.
I mean, I think that's actually not too bad of an idea.
Yeah, but what if it, like, follows us? Shouldn't we go take care of it now, or at least, like, look at it? Make sure it's not gonna be smart enough to come get us, maybe?
It would be really fun to fight. I mean,
That
listen
too.
to it.
I mean, I guess it might have some pretty neat stuff on it. We found some cool stuff down here already.
Yeah, you wanna add to that collection?
Well,
Alright, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
there we go!
All right, let's go then.
Yeah, let's go! I run down the tunnel. I'm already gone!
Oh,
I will zip right down after.
Oh,
you.
are you going down
I
which
will
tunnel?
take up the rear.
I will continue along as
Call
fast as
to
I can go.
adventure.
So you're
except-
going left
Yeah, going left.
towards the
Going
whales.
left.
Well,
towards the
reckless abandon, here we come, and you heard it here, folks. They chose the TPK path. So,
I never said
from
you
here on
didn't.
out, it is not my fault. Interestingly enough,
I get
after
3
about
sessions
30
out
feet,
of us.
after about 30 feet, the tunnels they rejoin.
See, I was right. No,
Oh, this is lame.
And double back on themselves And there is a room off to your left, and a pathway off to your right.
Does the room have a door, or is it just like an open?
It does actually have an ancient wooden door that is iron-bound. It is closed at present. It has a very simple wooden handle on it. It appears somewhat damp.
Ooh. Is it unlocked?
I'm not touching that to find out.
It does not
Yeah.
appear to have any form of locking mechanism on it.
Is that where the screaming is coming from?
Yeah, do we hear the screaming still?
Negative. There is nothing coming from the other side of the door.
We should probably check it out. There could be loot behind there.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I know I was all gung-ho for this, but now I've got a crazy feeling that we're being messed with.
I'll go ahead and just use my mage hand to open the door.
What kind of person
So
carries
it's
around a
Like
cloth that's
somebody with a high intelligence.
designed specifically to get dirty and then carries around a dirty cloth with them? They use mage hand and open the door. I love your character. Jeveline is going to be amazing.
She's such a brat.
You plan on walking anytime soon? Your legs aren't working,
Why
right?
would I do that?
Because you got legs.
Have you seen this floor?
Yeah, I'm walking on it. It's fine. Squishy. I like it.
Okay.
No.
Jellyn just like rolls her eyes. Hangs out on her sweet broom.
And the door sort of lets out a dull creaking as you open it, but it doesn't really make any audible long distance noise. It doesn't concern you too much. However, as you open it, the nails are somewhat rusted in this damp wood, and it sort of begins to separate over by the hinges. It sticks about halfway as the nails give, and you push it or you pull it out the rest of the way. Your mage hand has a little bit of difficulty with providing enough force with it, but you do get it open eventually. From within, you can see a well-lit, somewhat of a laboratory setting. There are flasks and vials on tables, and some things are bubbling and smoking. Other things are maybe decomposing. You're not really certain what's happening in those bowls. Might be acid, might be alive, might just be moving on its own and enchanted. You're not really sure. It's definitely a laboratory of some form.
Well, I would like to use my Eldritch Sight to cast my Detect Magic at will and see if anything shines up all nice and pretty for me.
Ah, darn, it's just a bunch of nerd stuff.
Nerds!
I was really hoping to punch, cut, stab, something.
I'd like to look around for any books, see what might be in this laboratory.
I'm sure it's just a matter of time, my friend, before you get to go and...
There is, on the south wall, a massive mirror that glows. It stands about 14 feet tall. The alcove in the ceiling actually raised around it. The frame depicts creatures eating one another, and they're not creatures like of wilderness. Some of them are umber hulks, hook horrors. Some of them are oozes, and a lot of them, you note, are very much of the Underdark. Knock on, you do notice there are a bit of a segmented arthropod with the stingy tail. Oh god, those are scorpions in a motif crawling around the edge of this mirror.
I do not go anywhere near that mirror.
I will kind of walk near it. What school of magic is it if it's enchanted? I learned what school of magic anything is.
Yes, you would.
I will decide that before I walk up to it. I'm not that...
It is, interestingly enough, several schools of magic and is well beyond your comprehension in crafting. However, the spell seems to be malfunctioning significantly and is somewhat unstable, as there is a massive fracture running through the center of this mirror.
Oh, well, that just can't be good.
As you step in front of it, you cannot see your own reflection. Spaced evenly about the edge of the room, there are 14 different braziers with purple flames glowing up from the coals in them. They appear to not be consuming the material in the brazier or smoking in any form. There is a small brass pipe on the west wall. It goes up into the stone dome of the ceiling, and lying below it on the floor is a small scroll.
I'd like to go read that scroll if it's as far away from that mirror as possible. On this scroll, it is as you say you open it, or you stay away from the scroll. I stay away from the mirror. If the scroll's as far away from that mirror, I will read that scroll.
Okay, the scroll it's not rolled up like a magical scroll or anything of that nature. It is definitely a message scroll of some form. You come over and you untie a band around it, and you pull it out, and very much written in common and plain as day, you see a message. It is signed with an H. The message reads, "Murial, please come to Dromarcore. We are seeking a guest lecturer on matters most dire. Yours,
Ooh.
H."
Guest lecturer. I could learn a bit from this guy, possibly. I'm just gonna take the scroll and put it in my back pocket. It says, there might be a lecture on down here. If you want to go, like, learn some more mystical artifacts and stuff, we can go to a nice lecture. It's very hard to get a good lecture these days from people up north.
That does actually sound pretty interesting, but I really want to figure out what is going on with this thing. You think that person who's screaming could wait maybe like 11 minutes or so?
Well,
I
look,
got a thing I want to do. I'm just gonna sit down and start taking things out. Like, I'm gonna...
but I
Whatever's-
I would just be careful, my love. Just be careful. I don't want anything bad to happen, because it looks a bit dodgy.
Well, yeah, but if I don't cast this, then I'm never gonna know what it does, and then I won't know what kind of dodgy things it'll do.
Rightio. I'll just go over and stand by for healing, just in case.
Yeah, Honey's leaning in the doorway, and I think at this point she's like kicked Hemet, and she's like, hey, rock, paper, scissors, before who's gonna die first?
Wait, I thought we were supposed to take bets on who dies first. Why are we playing rock, paper, scissors to see who dies first? We're leaving it the chance.
Good point. I didn't think that
As-
through.
As
Dr. Wanda
Gemini
said-
is beginning, as Gemini is beginning to do this in the south corner of the room next to the mirror, the rest of you sort of start to notice that the smell is somewhat putrescent coming from the northeast corner of the room.
Hey, Jem?
Yeah?
Jem, you smell that?
No. I'm a little busy right now.
Take a nice deep breath. That is not... I start wandering into the room looking around.
Okay, as you're looking around, you come upon the skeletal remains of two different individuals around the edges of the room. One appears to be I say skeletal, but let's be real, it's not quite skeletal yet. It's not
It's on
really
its way.
it's not really dry either. And in fact, now that you're looking at it, the skin on it is quite damp and pulsing a little bit.
Oh, hey.
And just as you're about to, guys, one eye plops open and spins around and looks at you with a yellow glare, and you hear, "Ah!" and it lunges up towards you. I need the party to roll for initiative.
This is why you can't just go around touching things, honey. I mean, really.
Hammett, I think I found our punching bag.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to punch. It's real gooey.
That's a 12. That's a 12.
18.
It's a big ol' 6.
15.
Oh,
I rolled a
15. That is amazing. Excellent. Okay, let me just grab.
Dex-based fighting.
Oh, hey, look, I should probably. Open a module here. Yeah. There's basic rules. There's the player's handbook. Okay. That ought to do it, and we have before us this day our daily ghoul. Oh yeah, don't do that.
Yes. I love ghouls.
Oh, yo.
All right. So, I hope everybody else is okay with using dice, because I love them.
Yes.
I am the slowest at mathing, even simple dice math, so you're welcome.
Well, it got an 18 AC.
AC.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 18 AC. That sounds fun. An 18 initiative.
It tied with me.
All right. So we had a 15 for. Who got the 15?
Me.
Perfect. Honey. Who got less than a 15?
I did. I got a 6.
6.
I got a 12.
12. Hemet?
Haven't got an 18.
18. All right. Perfect. So that will be for the benefit of Hemet. For the players, I will say you win the initiative for the sake of just player favor. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. What would you like to do with the top of the round, sir?
Hammett is going to immediately just go, yes. And then charge across the room with his 30-foot speed.
Yes, the room's about 45 feet across, but you are definitely within the 20 feet or the 30 feet that you need to be able to get there.
Fantastic. And then he's going to unhook his cane. He's been down here with a suit and a cane and a shield with an eye on it, but otherwise that. And he just unhooks his cane, pulls a sword out from it, and then just starts stabbing it.
Stabby, stabby. Okay, roll your attack.
I will roll all 3 attacks. So that is a 22, a 21, and a 12.
Yeah, I think all 3 of those are going to hit, in fact.
Even the 12?
Even the 12.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. 13. 45 points of damage.
45 points of damage. So you come charging across the room, and in a Zorro-esque fashion with your sword cane, vanquish this undead fiend before it can even lay more than an eye on Honey. You have saved your compatriot, I'm sure, for the first time since you've been in the dark down here.
I didn't even get a chance to hit. All right.
Oh, sorry, I got a
No.
little carried away.
No, it's fine. You really wanted to hit something.
I was so excited.
You
That was-
really wanted to hit something.
That was really. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right. It was really gooey. That would have been real nasty on my hands. I mean, I don't usually care, but that would have probably been hard to get out of my nails. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not disappointed. Do I have anything to drink in here? I start looking at bottles.
Don't drink the no. Those could
I'm
do
doing it
any
anyway.
There's
number
lots of
things.
things to drink in here.
I'm poking.
There's-
I'm poking at bottles. I'm turning things over, seeing what's in there.
There's one that has sort of a strawberry swirly liquid. It's got a glittery effect to it, and it smells somewhat sweet. There's one that's purple and floral, but has a bit of a sour aftersense to it, and a black bubbling goo that you're not sure if you could drink it if you did turn it upside down.
Honey, let me just tell you, if you want to try something, just let me know, and I'll come toddling on over and healing you just in case.
Well, I
Right?
don't know about trying them all now. I mean, if I shake them real hard, they're fun to look at. What do you think would happen if I just stick a pinky in one and give it a taste? I don't think I'm gonna try the black one. This one just looks like purple ooze.
Okay.
junk.
Can I have a quick look at them to see, just to try and discern what kind of potions these are?
Oh yeah, sure. I walk over with all of them in my arms and I put them on the ground so he can look at them.
Radio.
As you begin truly examining these potions, it becomes more and more apparent they are illusory.
These might be quite good. Here you go. Honey, why don't you try this pinky one? If you
Okay.
want.
Well, how much will it get me drunk? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. I think you've got a hardier constitution than me, my love.
Alright. I uncork it and I take a small sip just to see what's going on with it.
It tastes quite sweet. It just like it smells. It's got a bit of a strawberry sense to it. A light fizzy liquor, and definitely a magical effervescence to it. Though it does make you belch.
Ah! Oh,
That's an impressive magical effect, isn't it?
I don't know if it's I don't know. I've had better. Don't feel any different though, but it sure did make all that happen.
You're very parched suddenly.
I start down it without even thinking about it.
The more you drink, the thirstier you get.
Huh? No, bad idea. Bad idea. The water. My whole mouth feels like sawdust. Dad, do something.
Can y'all keep it down
Wait,
back there?
hang on. I will come on over and cleric.
I will cleric.
I will cleric. I will cast cure wounds at first level, and because I'm an arcane cleric, I can dismiss one magical effect on you. So I'll dismiss whatever this effect is,
That's awesome.
hopefully.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, there's nothing really to dismiss or heal with that. So I'm gonna be a nice, benevolent DM and tell you not to waste your spell slot. It is just an
Much
illusion.
obliged.
As you take a look back at the bottle, you note that it is simply filled with dust.
It's not real. He'll hand her a water skin.
I grab it and I start chugging.
As you start chugging, you hear echoing, booming throughout the cavern.
That wasn't me. This time.
That's a different kind of gas. Booming throughout the cavern, the voice of... It has an odd lilt to it. You're... Does anybody speak Elven?
I do.
Nope.
Where is it? Where is it? Proficiencies in language. I don't. I speak Dwarvish.
I speak Elvish.
Okay. Knock on, you hear, booming throughout the cavern. Minara, report to the temple at once. Minara.
Okay.
Who the heck's Manara?
Geraldine, how much longer are you going to be? Because we think we might have another place with some magical objects to go to.
Oh, well, just a few minutes. It looks like the spell on this thing just ain't working quite right, and I mean that could possibly cause us some trouble anyway. I don't know if we want to just go wandering around while this doohickey is doing its thing.
Well, I think it might be good to our compatriots if they can go, you know, knock someone's head in.
Oh yeah, okay. Well then, I guess we can make sure that we can swing by back here at least. My concern is again just weird things with this mirror. I'm a little bit worried about leaving it alone unattended.
Don't worry, we'll come back here, no problem. All right?
We could
It was
break
unattended
it.
beforehand, wasn't it? I think it's gonna be fine. I mean, it's been here alone since before we got here, and it hasn't exploded.
Well, there's also 2 dead people in the room, and the glass is broken, so you never know. That could be connected.
That is a good point, and I don't want to die.
Do we want to break the mirror more?
No,
I do that.
I do not think it is a good idea to tamper with a broken magical object.
Well,
here.
can't you break magic?
Let's say, isn't it already broken though? I mean, does it gonna matter if I just break it some more? I start edging towards the mirror.
Do you want to punch a magical object, or do you want to punch a fleshy object?
That feels like a trick question.
A little bit. I don't know. Glass has a really satisfying sound.
But so does a fleshy object, you know?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, sure.
I tell you what, why don't we hurry on down to where we heard that voice just then, and we can go very quickly if you want.
Well, I mean, I'm always fast, so.
And I just because I know you want to get there quickly, can I have a piggyback?
Yes, you can! You've probably discovered this is my favorite thing to do. I love giving piggyback rides.
I probably guessed that. Just be careful, I am old.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I understand the what you told me the first time. You are brittle like a vase. Got it.
Wait,
You hear echo throughout the cavern. Minora, report at once!
Hey,
Onward.
What did that note say?
Hang on. As I'm like holding knock.
The note was saying about a guest lecture.
Yeah, I know that, but as I'm like, I'm probably like turning around with like knock on my back.
Ah!
So, yeah, basically. So hang on. So it's 2 dead people. They're looking for a Manara. That mirror's broken. I don't know. You don't think maybe some dead people in here might be the Menorah? Was it Menorah or Manara?
Minara.
Do they look elvish? The bodies?
One looks dwarven, the other looks human.
Probably not. They don't
Alright.
look.
They take off again.
Ah!
Charging down
seriously
the tunnel
trying
through
to
the
keep up.
wooden
All right,
door.
well, I dibs anything good they got, and I'll float
We know.
after them pouting heavily.
Well, I do, just to note, I know that my companions are slower than I am, so I do stop after a certain point to, like, wait and see who's behind me.
Hammett's in the very back, just trying to keep up because that broom has a stupid speed. The monk has a stupid speed.
It's okay because it's not that
I'm
far you have to
tiny.
go. After roughly 150 feet, you come to the entrance to could possibly be a temple. I don't know. It's a little bit hard to tell. I mean, the way the drow construct things, it could be someone's backyard for all you know. But there are two 20-foot tall statues in this entry chamber here. As you come walking out into the open, you see there is a statue to the west and a statue to the east. The statue to the west depicts Lolth in her monstrous form. Spider legs sticking out in jutting, almost stabbing painfully into the floor. The torso of a female drow clad only in this serpentine, scaly pieces of armor that cover her abs in segmented chunks coming up and covering her bust and coming up off of her shoulders in these wicked spines coming up off of her. And her face, quite beautiful, though deceptive with the crowning eyes above her own. The east statue is Lolth in her drow form. She's kissing a scourge as a stone spiders crawl across her body.
That's creepy as hell.
At least it's
Kinda
not
cool, though.
scorpions.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Do you want to toss me up on one of them if you want?
I don't.
Well, okay, I'm all good for tossing when people ask. Are you confident of landing on your feet and not hurting yourself?
If I do, I can heal myself.
I don't know if that should always be the answer, but all right. Let's chuck him.
Which one do you want to chuck me at?
Oh, hey, that's a good question. I'm gonna chuck him at the scarier one, the one on the west, I believe.
Yeah.
The spider one? Okay.
Yes.
Roll me a strength athletics check.
Oh boy. Sorry in advance. Oh no, never mind. I'm great. Oh wow. Hang on, I gotta do math. 23.
That's more than enough. Yeah, knock on. You go hurtling up towards the apex of Lolth's shoulders. Grab onto one of her spiny shoulder pieces at the last possible moment and come to a rest quite right behind your torso on the thorax. And looking around from this angle, it actually seems somewhat odd. Roll me a perception check. The room looks a little bit different from up here.
That can't be
Yeah,
good.
that's a 9.
The room looks exactly the same from up here.
I threw him too hard.
Ugh.
Oof.
I have an idea. If I can find it.
You can see over the arches beyond the statues, though, there is the temple with the sort of glowing purple braziers again, and an altar up on a dais that shows some sort of webbed, spongy, it's about 15 feet long and could potentially be used to perform ceremonies. You're not exactly sure because every time you try to look at it, your eyes are drawn horribly back to these three slender maidens, maybe, if they weren't quite so transparent, that are sort of kneeling and wailing before the altar.
Okay. Right. I think we should be quiet.
What?
Oh,
Hang on. I activate my boots of spider climbing and just climb down, walking down the statue.
Just tiefling yell in stereo.
That was amazing.
I get there. I think we should be quiet. There's some people in there. Okay?
Do they look like the kind of people we can punch, stab, kick?
Yeah, I mean, are you sure that they're people? They're all kinds of weird
Well,
things down here.
If
Yeah, what kind of people are we talking about? What are they doing?
Well, they seem to be wailing at the altar.
Oh, they're the screamers.
Possibly?
Yeah, or they're worshipping?
More likely? I'm. If we want to go in there, I just feel it might be a good idea to have a little, prayer. If that's all right with all three of you.
Gemeline's eyes just kind of glaze over.
I know, Gemeline, I know. I just want to make sure that no one, gets you dirty. Is that all right?
I mean, if it'll really make you feel better.
Okay. And I cast Beacon of Hope. Third level. At all the party. So for
Please
the
describe
duration.
the spell. I'm not the guy that
Okay,
memorizes spells.
Beacon of Hope. Choose any number of creatures within a range of 30 foot for 1 minute duration. Each target has advantage on Wisdom saving throws and Death saving throws, and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any kind of healing.
That sounds like a beacon of hope.
There we
Okay.
go.
Clerics! Yeah!
Right. Now, who wants to knock on the door nicely?
There is no door.
Oh.
Right.
There are two
Let me-
stone statues. There is a sort of arching doorway with a stone an archway over this door, but it's the room is so distant and dark that it was hard to really make out anything through it until you specifically look through it, especially with these ominous statues staring down right at you. But now that you stare through, you can very clearly see these banshees kneeling
Right.
at an altar.
Right, honey, Emmett,
Yeah.
lead on.
Oh, okay. Hammett, do you want to go first? I mean, how quiet are you? Remind me.
I can be pretty quiet when I need to be.
Yeah, I mean, so can I. Okay, cool. Let's be sneaky. I'm good at being sneaky.
Okay, we can sneak up on them and then give him the old 1-2 puncharoo.
Which one you want? One on the left, one on the right, center.
I like splitting the difference.
All right, cool. I got the left one.
Okay. So as you approach from behind, they seem somewhat oblivious to your intent, and you are able to get up within melee striking distance of them without a reaction.
I put my hand out to Emmett to maybe like forestall him swiping anybody yet.
This guy's sword up, but he's like,
Hang on. I don't.
okay.
Roll me a perception check, everybody.
Oh shit.
5.
11.
I didn't warm up these dice, Corey.
Thanks.
Same.
Does my passive matter at all? Because that's a 21.
Five.
It's not an active stealth is where I was going with that. You were intent on your target coming into the room and watching them for signs of notice of you sneaking up on them. However, as you get in from the arches, what was the highest roll?
I think it was Hemmett.
Oh god, I have an 11.
Yeah, all I got is a 6.
That's
got
just
old
about
eyes.
enough. You're you notice that an 11 that would get you there. You're focusing and you're You're about to strike, and then she draws your attention, says, hold on, let's get ready. And as you look up, something strikes you as odd out of the corner of your eye, and you look up at the ceiling, and you see a monstrosity that you've not heard of before. You see this enormous half-man, half-scorpion
Yeah, no.
crawling across the ceiling.
No,
Intent upon you. These massive Chila reaching out forward as it comes down to the floor. He stands about 9 feet from the base of its tail to the front of its Chila, his torso coming up from the mouth parts of where this scorpion should be, with an enormous tail and stinger sticking up over its shoulder. The Chila open and extend towards you as he comes marching in, takes a look,
No.
I have a very important
and
question.
begins to skitter backwards up the wall. Just a little bit,
Ugh.
hesitating.
Hammett makes like direct eye contact with it. It's like me and you.
No.
I think all right. Okay, I have a stupid question because I have to make this joke. Does he look like Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Oh, thank you.
No.
No,
Okay.
Dreams crushed.
he's not the king.
Okay. So semi-related question: is he cute?
Oh,
Like relatively speaking?
yes. In a roguish sort of way.
Okay.
Really
Honey kind of like tilts her head.
I'm
She's
sorry, I take that back. No. Definitely no. In case you were ever curious about what the word cute means, let's go with no.
Okay, either way, Honey's gonna tilt her head, just be like, "Oh, hey there, handsome fella. What are you up to?"
It looks like he was about to sneak attack us, and then I saw him. So I would very much like to stab him now.
Oh, he's not whacking at us yet, though.
He had every intention of.
Well, hang on, let's just ask.
He-
Hey, are you gonna hit us or not?
He gestures up with a hand and makes a few odd, like, arcane gestures with his palm, hisses in your direction, and the light descends, and the flames go out in the braziers.
Oops. Okay, he's gonna hit us.
No.
What do you mean, no? What do you keep saying no for?
So can we still see with dark vision?
And superior dark vision?
I don't have that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I do.
Nice.
I got regular
Deep
dark
nose.
vision.
Yeah, that's right.
The spell
I
is
have
darkness.
Ow.
Oh.
Yeah, we can't see anything.
No. No.
Knock. Calm down. You can't see it. So it's fine.
Is a giant scorpion man.
No, it's not. He's a half guy though. So focus on the half guy.
Magical
was more
darkness
of a
spreads from a
spider.
point you choose within a range to fill a 15-foot radius sphere for the duration. The darkness spreads around corners. A creature with dark vision can't see through this darkness, and non-magical light can't illuminate it. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, we're all blind.
It's only a
So you
15-foot radius.
You
So
should have
30
let me
feet.
stab it.
I'm sorry. Okay, I can't. Fair fights and all that.
Hammett starts running for where he last saw the thing to go stab it.
Oh dear, don't hit
Roll
me.
for initiative. No, you know what? We're going to reuse our previous initiative for the sake of brevity, as this is a 3-session arc.
Okay.
I think I got a 15.
I don't
last
remember
time.
what I rolled.
Yep. So
Yeah,
it would be
Uh,
Hammett first with initiative of 18. So please take your initiative.
Fantastic. So he's going to charge forward to where he last thought he saw it. And then, because he's a samurai, use
Oh,
his
nice.
bonus action to activate his fighting spirit. Which gives him advantage on his attacks.
Okay.
If the thing's even there.
Sounds good.
But then he has disadvantage because he's still in darkness, right?
Yes.
Straight rolls. Love straight rolls. So that is a 22, 23, 24.
A 24 to hit will definitely collide. You do strike something fleshy.
Fantastic. Does the 22 and the 23 also hit?
Yes, yes, clearly they're still
I don't know. They were less than the 24. You said 24 hits. How am I supposed to know the others two? Imagine if they didn't. That'd be horrifying. It's 3. That is 40 points of damage.
Is that plain damage?
That is magical rapier.
Magical rapier, perfect.
And then I'm going to action surge and do it again.
Sorry, what was the damage total there?
40.
Okay.
And then it's the action surge to do it again. That is a natural 20 and then a 12 and a 12.
The natural 20 will hit.
That is only 16 points of damage.
16. All right. Lovely.
And that's it.
He's going to, while you are in melee range, he's going to use Shocking Grasp on you. Which is a ranged touch. Hold on.
It's a melee spell attack. So you use your
Yes.
spell attack modifier. Ooh, and I have 10 temporary HP. Fighting Spirit is awesome.
There you go. That will be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, Shocking Grasp. I have to be a magic user. I haven't done so in a long time. That's why I don't remember all the spells. It is the unfortunate part of always being the DM is that I never actually cast any of the spells. Well,
Gotta wear
I
many
won't say
hats.
never. Alright, it will be 1d8 lightning damage, but he is a higher level caster. Doesn't matter. It does matter. So that is 3d8 points of damage, which is not really that much for your characters. Right. $17 points of damage.
All right.
Next in the initiative order is going to be Honey.
Well, I think we're just going to see if I can hit it first. I'm just going to do my 2 attacks if I can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can see, though, so I'm at disadvantage, right?
You are.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay. Okay. Hang on, I gotta do math. Get into math. Also have to figure out how to hit things. I've never done this before. Alright, so I got a 19, I got a 9, so that's 9 plus 8 is 17?
A 17 will hit.
Okay, and then, oh geez, 8 plus 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13 points of damage.
Oh no, not 13 points of damage. That was my second attack I was rolling for.
A 13 will not hit.
Okay, so then I'll roll damage for the other one, which is I'm doing an unarmed strike, so it's a 1d8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's your level.
All right. Yeah, 1d8, so it's a 6 plus 4 is 10 points of damage.
Woohoo!
And then I'm going to use my bonus action, spur to key point, and disengage.
Okay, you skitter back after landing a solid blow against something in the darkness. And out of the darkness, you see, well, you don't see, you feel something cold and sharp pierce your shoulder. Let me make sure by rolling, I should say. Yes. Ray of Frost is going to pierce your shoulder.
Ow.
And you will take 88 points of damage.
Oh. Oh.
And 9 points of damage as Ray of Frost lances out and pierces you through the darkness.
Ow! It was kind of like getting smacked by some ice.
Next is going to be Knock On.
Alright. It's not you. Can I see it?
You can see a big sphere of blackness as you stand outside of the range of the spell.
How far away would you say I am?
You're about 15 feet away from the blackness. You're standing still next to the banshees, who are no longer wailing. They're looking at you.
Is he with you, ladies? They're not okay, they're not talking. Alright. I'm going to cast Daylight, aim towards the center of that darkness. A 60-foot sphere of light spreads out from a point of you choose within range. The sphere is bright in light and sheds dim light for additional 60 foot. If any of this spell's area overlaps with an area of darkness created by spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell that created the darkness is dispelled. So let's enlighten this situation and cast Daylight.
Yes.
You dispel the darkness, and standing in front of you is this massive hissing scorpion
And use
creature.
the rest of my movement to hide behind something and just walk away.
Away
like,
from melee range of 3
Is he?
hostile banshees,
Oh,
you say?
They're hostile.
Are they?
I'm going to sit down and hold my staff and just rock backwards and forwards and hope that this is all just a dream.
This is how you've gotten through the Underdark thus far.
Yeah, we haven't had to encounter scorpions.
Who put scorpions in the Underdark? What is that?
Who?
No. Okay. So, you're gonna wait where you are? You
I
bonus action you can hold?
okay.
Not really. You've used your action. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I think
coming up.
crying is a free action.
What's that? Crying.
I think
So is
crying
letting
a free
yourself.
action, right?
I'm just, it's so, it's a scorpion. It's
So
just a
next-
scorpion.
Next is going to be this like monstrosity.
It's just a scorpion. It's just a scorpion. It's just a scorpion.
This large monstrosity.
It's just a large scorpion. It's just a large scorpion. It's just a large scorpion.
Oh.
is,
Bad for him.
Can't see me. Can't see me. It's fine. It's fine.
is going to slam its sting down towards Hemet. Which will be a dirty 20 to hit.
Just hits.
Alright. 1d10 plus 4, which will be 12 slashing damage. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I did that wrong. That is 12 piercing damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
That's called. Same roll. 26.
26 Constitution?
Yeah.
Okay, very nicely done. You take 13 points of poison damage.
Wait, I'm resistant.
You're resistant to poison damage. Very nice. This is going to be a beautiful fight.
That's awesome.
And I'm immune to the poison condition.
Makes it even better.
Oh, wait. Or do I have advantage? Let me check that.
All right.
I play halflings very often. I have advantage against poison saving throws.
And he skitters up the wall backwards out of combat range. Those of you in melee range may choose a reaction for an attack of an opportunity attack as he skitters up the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I smack him.
Right, I got a dirty 20.
Ooh, yeah, me too. Dirty 20.
Ah!
Those will both hit.
Fantastic. So that is...
Oh, I gotta roll damage. 5.
5 damage.
Yeah, just 5. I rolled a 1.
All right. Have it.
14.
14 damage. Not bad, you guys. Not bad. As he skitters backwards up the wall, and you notice now into an alcove, maybe, in the ceiling. It seems to be dug out as a cave, and he seems to have been watching the rest of you as you had entered the chamber. He does hiss violently in Undercommon. Does anybody speak Undercommon?
I do.
Wow.
Dude.
2 of you speak Undercommon? No wonder you didn't get lost down here. Oh, wait. Why didn't you ask for directions?
I don't talk with the drow that often. They
I was
want to
too drunk.
they want to eat me.
He hisses into the cavern after going around the corner. This is not the last you will see of Murial.
Well, I mean, I can see you right now, so...
Oh, you're the guest lecturer. Yeah, I'm gonna skip your lecture. I don't, just no.
He ran away. I can't stab him anymore.
Don't count your blessings too quickly.
He did say he was coming back. Oh, wait, you guys didn't understand that. Yeah, he said he's coming back.
Oh, good.
Just don't count your blessings too quickly. We've got these lovely young ladies next to me who don't look too happy.
Actually, yeah, how do the Banshees look right now? Do they care?
They look like they're next in initiative right after Gemini.
Okay.
All right, so it's my turn.
It
Yes,
is.
silly question.
How high are the ceilings in here?
At the apex, probably 35 feet. At the point of entry to where Muriel has just run off, is about 25 feet from the floor to the ceiling, and the room is probably, we'll go with about 140 feet across.
Okay. Well, I want to hop on my broom and get pretty much as far out of the way of anybody as I possibly can. I have taken the spell sniper feat, so distance is not too much of a concern for me. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick one of the banshees, hex that that creature, and my eldritch blast both of them. Because I'm a warlock and it's all I know.
I mean, do what you're good at.
If it ain't broke.
Roll it. We will call them the three sisters. What's three clever sisters' names?
What are the
I
three?
wanted to say
I'm blanking
Ryan's
on the names
spell,
of
but
the
I don't remember.
What is the name? I can't even remember the name of the movie.
Is it?
Okay, so that wrong accent for a sec there.
No, one of them's named Winnie.
Oh, Hocus Pocus?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Focus with this.
Yeah, okay, I dig it.
One of them was named Muriel, so
Mary,
no.
Winifred, and Sarah.
Sarah, yeah.
It's an 18 on one, a 28 on the other. I rolled really well. And a 15 on the third bolt.
Multi-attack.
Right? I already forgot what I just said.
Yeah, yep. I'm trying to pull up a stat block.
I may have mathed wrong too, so hold on. Oh, wait, no, that was a 14, not a 15. 14? Yeah, 14, 18, and 28, yeah.
All three hit.
Yeah! And then with the hex on the one, let me double check how much I add on that. I haven't really played a warlock, so this is very exciting.
Warlocks are great.
Well, I'll give you a hint. You're doing wonderfully.
Alright, okay. So on the one that I hexed, that is going to be 7, 16 force. And then 10 force on the other one.
16 force and 10 on the other. Very nice, very nice. All right, you launched this visceral lightning-like black orb that just crackles off with this purplish green energy, and it comes flying down in this terrible arc, swelling as it grows, and sort of impacts in a radiant lightning blast as it hits the first one, and the second one sort of conjoining lightning as it strikes that one, driving it backwards probably 2 or 3 feet as it staggers towards the earth and comes back and stares at you defiantly.
Aha!
However, that will be their stance as they begin their retaliatory strike. You note in the silence as they begin forming a circle, the three of them working together. Their voices intertwining, becoming a harmony in 3 parts. The silence sort of being destroyed with this resonance as they begin wailing louder and louder, crooning higher and higher in pitch. You can see the rocks around the sides of the room begin to quiver. You note there are some fresher corpses around the edges of the room that begin to liquefy. And they are going to communally wail, each of them. The first
I'm sure
one,
it's fine.
the first one this round is going to wail, and I need a Constitution saving throw. Everyone within 30 feet of them, which would mean not
Definitely me.
Hemet. And Gemmeline would also
Shouldn't be me,
No,
yeah.
you are, but you flew up off the floor.
I flew
What is
away.
the
Yeah.
range on that spell? It's like 60 feet, I want to say.
On
Eldritch
which one?
Blast?
Hex?
Not the hex. The
Eldritch Blast
Eldritch
is
Blast.
I have 250 feet because I took the spell snipe.
Jesus. That's
You're
amazing.
welcome.
The ceiling is only 35 feet away, though.
Yeah, I know. I can't actually go that far.
So I think you're probably going to be within the 30 feet. But because of the breadth of the room, you're not going to be right above them, obviously. So I will say that you are well outside. And Hemet also is outside. However, Ryu, you also chased
Yeah.
after. Yes. So that is, I'm sorry, just going to be Tim.
That's fine.
Poor Knock.
It's yeah, not good, not good, not good, not good at all. Very not good. Very
They're cleric.
that's an 8.
Wow.
Oh.
So in the the second combat, technically, of the round, our cleric goes down with 0 hit points.
Ah!
I love it.
Succumbing into a DC 13 wail from a banshee, you hit the ground. And you were scared of the scorpion.
Oh.
Forgot banshees could do that. That's horrifying.
Point of order. That means your beacon of hope has just dwindled on all 3 of you.
Oh no.
Does anybody have healing potions?
No.
Ah, okay. Good night, Knock. Nice knowing you.
I'm sure one of you can. He's got saving throws, death saves.
It'll be fine.
There were some potions in the last room.
Quickly, go grab
I'm,
them.
I'm not using that dice anymore.
Okay.
Bad
dice.
dice. Bad dice.
That dice is going back in the bag.
The other 2 banshees break away and look each of them upon Ryu and Hemet.
Hi.
And they sort of scatter from their cartwheel like sort of twirling whale motion, and one screams directly towards Ryu and the other directly towards Hemet. I need a wisdom saving throw from each of you. Sorry, all 3 of you. Gemeline, you are also included in this, as they
Yes,
stare
wisdom.
at you with their horrifying visage.
Okay, is this
All-
against being frightened?
It is.
Okay, I have advantage on that. Which is great, because
Excellent
the last
call.
roll was
They're
terrible.
using horrifying visage. With the frightened condition, I need a wisdom saving throw.
11.
19.
11, 19,
I got total of 14.
14. It was a DC target. 13. Gemeline, you are frightened. You are unable to approach. Let me just.
Like I was gonna. I mean, who wouldn't be frightened? Look at those outfits.
That is
That-
so great. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight,
Okay.
and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
Sounds good. I mean,
Okay.
you know, it doesn't, but
It sounds good to the banshees. After getting struck with that, like, chaos lightning, what was that? They're not used to dealing with that mess. Okay, so that will bring us back to the top of the round and to Hemet.
Hemet, who's going to first use his bonus action to second wind and heal himself a little bit. A lot of bit. Almost back up to max a bit.
How many
And then
second? Oh, that's second wind. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, second one. I only have one of those. And then he's going to stab. Stab. Stab.
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
Stabby, stab, stabby.
Come charging in, frontwards, headlong.
That is a 21, a 24, and a 25.
All three of which will contact your sword cane, lashing out viciously against these incorporeal beings.
Does it actually do damage, or is it the ghosts and I can't actually hurt them?
They are corporeal enough to take damage from magical sources.
Okay. I was horrified for a moment. Okay, that's 8 times 4. No, not 4. 3. 40 points of damage.
40 points of damage against number 1.
Sally.
And that one is rent into shadowy tatters that flit into the darkness and tatter away. It is almost back to the ethereal plane where they belong. Maybe you've moved it into the next life. But for whatever purposes, this being is no more. Thank you very much, Hammett. Okay, next in the order is going to be Knock. I'm sorry, it's going to be Honey.
Okay, so how many benches are left? 2?
Dose.
2? Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go towards the one that's closest towards me and pop. Let's see what I can do, because I'm pretty sure I can punch them because my hands are magic weapons now.
Yes, they are.
And,
'Cause monks are
18
awesome.
plus. Let's see. 18 plus
will
4.
hit. 18 will hit. Total of 22.
Alright, and 19 total. So 22, 19, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to do a flurry of blows.
Yes.
Never mind, it's a 2. I don't think it hits.
Flurry of Nose.
Yeah, flurry of nose. Alright, so let me roll damage for the 2 things.
You get one more attack.
Oh, I do?
Flurry is
Alright.
two additional attacks.
Yeah, see, I'm new to this. I'm used to fire and other things. That's a 5!
Also a no, so Flurry of Nose is fitting.
Darn, okay. Ooh, that's a total 20. 20
All
altogether.
So that will be 20 points of damage total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I rolled 2 6s and it's plus 4.
Alright. So that one is looking fairly tattered around the edges. Next in the initiative order is going to be Knock
Death
on.
saves.
Yes.
Ugh.
Roll well, sir.
12.
That'll be a pass. That's one success. All right.
Oh, that's not. Hang on. That's one. There we go. There we go. One success. What?
One success.
On the right way.
Hey, of the 50-50 that it could be, I mean, you get 5 maximum rolls. You're 20% of the way there at a minimum.
20%, and the cleric's nearly on his feet again.
Okay, next is going to be, I'm sorry. Next will be Gemmaline.
I'm gonna do the same thing! An Eldritch Blast again, but at disadvantage because I'm afraid. Or I'm not
That's
looking.
just
in which
ability
case-
checks, right?
I thought you said it was attacks if it's in my.
Yes, it is.
it's
If
in
they're
my
in your
line
line
of
of sight, you're right. It's not just ability. It's ability checks and attacks if they're in your line of sight.
Okay, so that is disadvantage. Let's go. Oh, that's a natural 1.
Oh. On a
Just for the attack.
yeah. So it goes sort of.
Oh wait, I
flying.
have 3 bolts. I have to make a separate attack for each bolt.
Yeah.
So it'll be at a disadvantage for each of them. Hold on,
That
sorry.
is frightening.
Oh, that's a wasted natural 20. Sad. But the other one will hit. That's like a 23 to hit. And then the last one will miss but the one that hits at least will do something.
The natural one goes deflecting off into the ceiling and shatters. Stone comes raining down over on one of the corpses, and you can see that the freshest of the corpses is pretty much bludgeoned into goo.
Oops.
Hopefully there was no loot over there.
Haha, well, he won't mind. And that's gonna be 6 force damage.
6 force damage.
Yay.
As the lightning arcs off of it and into the altar, you see that there begins to be some shifting in the shadows on the altar.
That can't be good, y'all.
All right. Next will be the 2 remaining banshees. The weakened one of them says something in a whispered half chant that you're not really sure exactly what she's saying until she latches hands with her sister.
Oh.
And the room begins to vibrate once more as she casts her terrible wail into the room. Everybody within 30 feet will need to make a Constitution saving throw, which will be Hemet and Ryu. Tim, you are
Sorry.
unconscious. You cannot be subject to wail.
Yes.
That is a 23.
That will succeed.
19.
And 19.
19.
Both of those will succeed, but you will take 3d6 psychic damage.
Both of us?
Yes.
Ooh, nasty.
Could always be worse.
No, these are a CR4 creature. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, that's never good.
It won't be that bad. Oh,
That's a
shit.
15 points of damage to each of you.
Ah!
On 3d6, that was pretty good. That was a 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other banshee is going to stare horrifyingly towards Gemmeline. And
Stick
every
my tongue
creature
out at her.
within 60 feet is going to need to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened. So that will be all 3 of you.
I'm already frightened. Can I be double frightened?
You cannot.
22.
22
said it
will
was wisdom,
succeed.
right?
Yes.
Okay. 11.
11 will fail. You are terrified. You are frightened of this being. You have disadvantage on attacks and saving throws and any ability checks against it while it is within line of sight, and you cannot approach. You are luckily already within melee, otherwise you would not be able to attack. Okay, and that will be the top of the round. Back to Hammett. The
Hammett is
stout
good.
and reliable Hammett, who is not afraid of anything, it would seem, or
Stout
vulnerable
halflings.
to anything. Amazing character build. Way to go, seriously.
It's been lucky dice rolls mixed with the advantage against being frightened, because both of those times it would have frightened me if I didn't have advantage. They are. I'm just gonna stab. I'm going to stab the weakened one first. And see how many licks it takes to
Get to the center of the banshee pop.
Yeah. That is an 18.
That will hit.
Okay. And that
And roll the
is-
damage individually because you may choose to
that's
declare
what I'm-
different.
So I'm doing. That is a 9 for the lowest amount of damage I can possibly deal in one attack.
Okay, that is 9 points of damage. Perfect.
That is a natural 1.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I will say that is a. I'm going to. I've really liked this tool in Fantasy Grounds to see what happens. It's okay. It's just a critical miss.
Okay, that's good, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
you could have potentially dropped your weapon or struck an
Oh.
ally if I would have rolled a 6, and then you would have had to roll a 2 hit, and it's fun. It's exploding dice. I love it.
That's great.
Don't hit me.
That's
I'm right next to
last-
you.
I won't hit you.
Who
I
are you
like
fighting
hitting
of?
them.
Because we know who it should be.
Oh god. The last one is a 23. Yeah,
That will definitely hit.
for 15 points of damage.
Very nice, and that will be more than enough. And you rend successfully the second one, tattered into the ether. Very well struck, sir.
Now, is that the one that Gemeline is afraid of?
It is.
Good.
And she is no longer frightened because that creature is no longer within line of sight.
I wasn't really frightened.
It's okay if you were.
I was not.
Okay,
It's a dirty trick.
and that will bring us to Honey.
So remind me, I'm still hitting things and having multiple actions. So I think I can use one of my actions to do Stillness of Mind, which I can cause an effect. Let me read it. You can use an action to end one effect on yourself that is causing you to be charmed or frightened. Is that right?
That sounds about right.
Okay, so I'm going to use one of my actions to do Stillness of Mind to get rid of my frightened, so I can go and punch the thing that tried to scare the junk out of me. Just go in.
Yay! High level combat. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just like
You're
sheer
finally
brute force.
equipped to fight a CR4.
I love it.
Oh god.
Exactly. I'm just like, screw you, I ain't afraid of no ghost, and I run over and
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
exactly, I ain't afraid of no ghost, I run over and I start punching. I think I have one action left and a bonus action. Yes?
Is Stillness of Mind is an action, correct?
Yes.
So Flurry of Blows you can only use if that's what you're talking about in a
Okay.
turn that you have used an attack action.
Alright, okay, now I get it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to do Flurry of Blows. That's
You,
right,
you,
okay.
you use Stillness of Mind.
Yeah, because you
Instead of
didn't
an
take the
attack
attack action.
Okay, well that's 12. That's an
So
18.
what I'm saying is that you can't use Flurry of Blows.
Oh, I can't? Oh, alright, never mind then. So I can just, can
Yeah.
I do anything?
So how
You
it
have-
works is you can only use Flurry of Blows if you've already made an attack.
Oh, okay, alright.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think my Stillness of Mind is it then. That's all I can do this turn.
You could, as a monk, if you wanted, use Patient Defense, which gives you the dodge action.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that.
hmm
Can I do that?
Yes, gives all attacking opponents disadvantage.
Okay, great.
I learned all this stuff from Marisha Ray. Seriously.
Yeah, alright.
I'm waiting for somebody to throw something at me so I can try to catch it. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go into Patient Defense then.
Perfect. All right, and next is going to be Knock On.
Right, let's try this again.
Cross your fingers, guys.
Natural 20.
9.
Not good.
You know, this is a 50-50 shot you guys have got now. It's
What are you at? How many fails and succeeds do you have?
1 success, 1 fail.
Oh no!
I am actively rolling up another character just in case.
Oh, jeez.
it's a dungeon. We could totally come across somebody that happens to be also level 11 in chains and rescue them and them still be of sane sound and mind and body.
Possibly.
I
Maybe.
really wish I spent time and bought a bunch of potions.
We could have done
see.
that.
Okay. Next is going to be Gemeline.
How many benches are left now?
Uno.
Is it the one that I had hexed or no?
For the sake
I don't
of fairness, I didn't mark it. I will say yes.
Okay, I mean I could move the hex, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll
it
say
doesn't really
It
matter,
doesn't
I
really
guess.
matter. You're moving
I just
your
wanted
hex.
to make sure I said it if I needed to.
It takes a bonus action, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Alright, I'm gonna throw all of my Eldritch Blasts at it, but I'm not afraid anymore, right? It's
You
not
are
the same
not
one I was
afraid.
afraid of. Okay, so sweet. Let's do this. Let's see, that's going to be a 19. a 26 and a 15.
All three will hit.
Yeah! That's not good! Actually, no, not too bad. I got 110. So 10, 12, 14, 20 force damage.
20 force damage. Very nice.
Pew, pew, pew.
All right. The crackling bolts come flying out and raining down terror and frustration upon this poor banshee, all alone and by itself. And in fact, it's so alone and all by itself that its only response to this terrible, terrible woes is to wail its dismay into the cavern around you, which is going to begin immediately. It begins shrieking, and as the pitch reaches a crescendo, I need a saving throw, Constitution, from the three of you.
Yes. No, that's cocked. Yeah, okay. 19.
19 will succeed.
Just a 12.
Ow!
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no.
12 is not a succeed.
Oh.
And
I wasn't in range of the last one, though. Did it move closer?
I'm sorry, no, you would not be within range. It is only 30 feet on the whale.
Hey!
Yeah.
That is
I wasn't
fortunate.
sure if
Thank
it was
you.
the whale or like a fear thing.
Thank you for asking. No, you would not have been within range of that.
Yeah, the warlock lives!
I'm sorry, honey, what did you roll?
I got a 16.
16 will pass. Okay, perfect. However, you will both take 3d6 psychic damage. Ooh, that will be 13 points of damage. And that will bring us back to the top of the round. They have all exhausted their whale. Two of them are dead though anyways. So it should be an easier fight from here on out, right guys? Hemet, what have you got?
I'm gonna stab them.
It's been successful so far.
Oh god. 15, 28, and 29.
All three will hit.
And that will be... That's bad. That's a good bad, but that's bad. 43 points of damage.
That will be enough to do it. And you have nearly, between the two of, well, I mean, like, that was mostly Hemet.
It's mostly Hammett.
Yeah. You have rent this one asunder and into the darkness. It goes quite afraid of what it might encounter in its eternity hereafter. So, with that, that will be the end of combat. I would like to take a quick 30-second to 2-minute break. I want to grab something to drink. I am parched. And you know, my wife and son just got home, so I gotta say hi to my little munchkin.
Yeah,
But
no.
I'll bring him back to say hello to everybody here. He likes being on camera. He's crazy.
Aw.
He's a little attention whore. All right. All right, I'll be right back, and I'm going to grab something. Why don't you guys out there in Twitch land grab some snacks as well, and we'll be right back in 2 minutes. We don't have an away screen or anything like that, so you guys don't do anything crazy and get, you know, change your shirt or something. We're still going to be live cameras. I'm looking at you, Tim.
Oh god.
No nipples on Twitch, guys.
We got that. We got that. Yes, right.
All right. Boy, that really was a quick break, but not as quick as promised. Sorry, guys out there. I had to eat some string cheese, and yes, I did not, in fact, peel it. And you can leave a hate message in the comments when this is on VOD. I promise I will never see it. Okay, we just finished up the temple that we have gone through. We are in Murial's Gauntlet. We have found a first encounter with Murial so far, and he has left us to deal with 3 wailing banshees. And as if that weren't enough, just as we're really killing them off, we think we've got the upper hand here. Suddenly, from out of the altar, comes climbing swarms and swarms of spiders. All of them small. Little tiny spiders. I mean, they can't be much bigger than my fingernail, but I mean, there's probably 3 million of them. It's not like they're going to be able to do anything. I mean, they're the size of my pinky fingernail. What are they going to do to you? Oh, by the way, Tim, I need another saving throw.
I saw that coming.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Did you just die?
Did you roll 1?
10.
Oh,
That's a success.
Hey!
Meets it, beats it. That's
Yes,
2
you really
successes.
do.
That's a good thing. That's a very
That's
good
good.
thing.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
just there's like 3 million spiders in my body.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not going near there.
I am. I'm running over and I'm scooping out Knock as quickly as I can.
Okay. The spiders are advancing towards you.
Ow. Step on him. I don't care.
I don't know if I can stab that many times.
That's okay. That's why we're gonna run.
Okay.
Yeah, scooping up Knock and then zooming away.
Okay. As you're charging back through the vestibule where the 2 statues are, please everybody give me a perception roll.
12.
It's okay, Tim's dead this time because he failed the roll last time.
15?
One.
A 15 will spot it. There is a secret passage off of this wall. Maybe it's a little more obvious from this side. Maybe that's what it is. Just as you're about to think you're going to retreat back the way you came, there's another way to go.
Oh, hey, y'all, look at this thingy.
And come to think, you could have completely skipped that room.
I mean, y'all sure are lucky that I was here to find this for everybody. You're welcome.
We have a dying gnome. Let's bring it to this, okay?
The spiders actually begin piling up at the edge of the room that you had just exited, and when they realize they're not going to be able to climb all the way to you, begin returning the long walk of shame and failure back to their altar, where they will feast on no Gemelines, honeys, hemmets, maybe some bits of knock-on that got left behind and drained out on the ground. So, standing before you is the silhouette of a door that is almost obvious now that you look at it. In fact, there's even a handle right in the middle of it. Very poorly concealed.
Let's make sure that our gnome friend is okay. Oh, I want to stabilize him, if that's possible.
All right, roll me a medicine check.
Awesome, I suck at that. That's cough. That sucks. 7.
You stick your finger in his nose to prevent any further bodily fluids from draining out, assuming that this is going to help, and everybody looks at you with a tilted head, not really sure the fighter's the one. He was not
done
trained
bleeding
as a
from
field
his
medic.
nose. Look, he's not going to bleed from his nose anymore. Don't give me...
Hammett, get your finger out of there. Jeez.
I don't want him to bleed out. You know how dangerous nosebleeds are?
He's not. Hammett, use your eyes. Where is he bleeding from his nose?
I don't know where he's bleeding from. The bench, she knocked him unconscious with a scream.
I hold. Sorry, I just don't do it. I hold up Noc's head. I'm like, his ears! Jeez, can I?
Oh, okay. And he plugs his ears.
No, stop!
You've already failed.
Alright.
Tim, can I get another death saving throw from you?
Oh, no, we
He's
can't
gonna die while we're trying to fix him.
I tried. Oh no.
Oh, that face.
Don't say it's a one.
Are we
Oh,
seriously?
That's death. That's death. Oh my god. No.
And welcome to Murial's Gauntlet, and we are now without a cleric.
No!
Luckily, I'm rolling up another character.
Knock on wood should have perhaps knocked on wood, not on particle board. And
That's
we.
amazing. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
Amazing.
First session, guys. We got this.
Tim is on
We
the
died
spot.
to a bed sheet. It's great. It's
Yeah, that's the way to go.
yeah.
That's fine. Don't worry.
Quick, painless!
So, just out of curiosity.
I have one. I have one.
Magic
I have one wish. Loot my corpse.
Oh, yeah.
Did you think that Gemeline wasn't going to?
Definitely probably already tugging his body out of my arms.
I mean, we've been adventuring for a while now, so I probably already know like what goods he's got on him, and if there's anything that
There's
I
only
want.
3 things you want.
Your pockets are empty before your last breath escapes your lips.
Oh my
That's
god.
fine.
No,
You've
Hemmett's
now
just
got.
like,
You've now got a staff of healing.
Ooh.
What
Well,
much
that's
good that did.
actually I don't know if any of us can even use that.
Yeah.
Anyone can use it. It's attunement.
I thought it was a class requirement.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Let me
Might
just
be a
check.
I think
cleric
it
or
is. Oh, this isn't my DMG.
Equipment.
I'm pretty sure it's
Stuff of healing.
you need to be a cleric.
I'm pretty sure it's a cleric.
Oh yeah, bard, cleric, or druid. So you can't use that.
Yeah.
A cloak of protection. Much good that did.
Anybody can use that.
Anyone can.
Except
and I'd
against the
recommend
whales.
someone do it. Slippers of spider climbing. Anyone can use, and mithril scale armor,
all of these health potions.
and none of the health potions. and a shield, which again, a lot of good that did.
Tim, I am so sorry that
That's
Knock on
amazing.
Wood did not make it past the first.
That's fine. He went out the way he would have wanted, exploring tombs.
Terrified of the scorpion man who flew into the ceiling.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Being right. Lesson for everybody: being afraid of scorpions always leads to your death.
He should have listened to his fear and run the moment he saw it. But no, they peer pressured him into being brave, and look where it got him.
This is
Oh,
why I don't try to be brave.
Let's all take a moment of silence, in character, mind you, for Knock on Wood. The rest of us, we can continue on chittering away and making terrible jokes about the loss of our dearly beloved. But I will say, I am excited to see what you are working on, and we
Oh, yeah.
shall encounter it
It's been rolled.
shortly in the dungeon, I am sure. Though I will, of course, have to take a look at it
Yeah, no problem.
briefly. Don't worry, I'm not going to go super in depth and bore everybody as I read through in depth your character sheet. Okay, so you cast aside poor Knock on Wood. Who's that guy?
I know for a
Who's that
fact
guy?
Honey would not do that.
Sans Loot.
Hemmett is sadly carrying him like he was the other one that was like my size.
Aww.
Now I'm stuck with the tall people.
And
Okay.
the stone door opens into the wall, and you can see a darkened passage on the other side of the wall.
Well, I mean, maybe that like had to happen so the door would open.
I doubt that.
A blood sacrifice for the door to open.
I
You were
don't know.
used well, Knock.
I don't think that's actually what happened, but
I
alright.
mean, there's old stuff all around here. Drow are weird. I don't know.
Okay, that's true. Well, let's see. Do you think we can bury him? I don't think.
We're not gonna be able to bury him. Not in here, at least.
Okay. Maybe we can just wrap him up in a blanket and I'll light some incense. have that monk, all that fun stuff, and yeah.
Okay, you lay him to rest in the Drow priestess's temple,
Lol.
where the banshees inhabit and drain the life force out of anybody they can find, and you're fairly sure that there is no undead experimentation going on around here, and you will never see poor Knock on Wood again.
Definitely gone forever.
It's
Never
great.
gonna see him again.
It's fine.
Can I just see that, Manny? I'm gonna put that right back here. Thank you.
Is Tim gonna get to play his own undead corpse? That would be amazing.
I do love having players play monsters. It's pretty incredible.
Oof.
So, you lay him to rest gently and hide his corpse somewhere. Hopefully, nobody will reanimate him.
I read a note explaining who he is. I'm gonna leave it.
Hammett
Oh, good.
also writes a note that says, "Please do not bring him back to life, unless you're actually going to bring him back to life. You know what I mean, necromancers." Hammett.
Looking at you, necromancers.
Yeah,
And he totally wrote it in common, so everyone knows there was an adventurer who wrote it.
He also writes another copy of it in Halfling and another one in Dwarvish.
Yeah, I think I write the note in Undercommon because he was. Oh shoot!
A deep gnome.
There you go. I was like, shoot! I think it's a deep note, right? Yeah, I wrote it in Undercommon for him.
Here we go.
Okay, it's probably best you didn't bring a deep gnome into Drow Fortress, anyways. I'm just saying. I mean, if you ever did want to have any form of possibility in forming an alliance, a deep gnome is definitely going to be a hindrance in that. Probably. I mean, maybe? I
I
don't know.
don't trust this.
Who knows?
Okay, so you peer into the darkness of the hidden alcove, the secret passageway. And as your eyes adjust to the darkness, you see this desiccated skeletal remains sort of standing in the middle of the hall. And it is holding a stick out towards you. And you're not sure what's going on. The lower jaw seems to be missing and misplaced. You don't see it about anywhere. The fur, boots, and the torn remnants of its clothing seem to be equally rotten to its flesh, and it stares at you with a baleful glare, and you realize there is light emanating from its sockets, and this thing is in fact unlife.
See, now that's what I don't want to happen to Nock.
That is just disgusting. Look at it.
I think
Yeah.
Honey is mimicking its stance with her quarterstaff.
Does it look like a wand that it might be carrying?
Why, yes, it does. In fact, that stick, that's a little bit more than a stick.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jem, I think
course.
for you.
I want it.
Just don't get yourself blown up.
You're not my supervisor.
Oh.
We've already
You're
lost
real
one
dad.
person.
So as the three of you venture down this corridor, the skeleton does seem to track Hemet with this thing, and he just keeps pointing at you, and when it's not doing anything, he gestures more and more, standing stationary in the middle of the hallway, but advancing or retreating neither.
You like me? Is it me that you want? Because that's spooky.
Honey just keeps like mimicking him with her staff, and then may or may not be trying to whack Gemmeline off her room for the "you're not my supervisor" comment. Trying to do it sneaky like oops, sorry.
When the wand doesn't seem to be firing, it begins pointing at Gemmeline, and then at Honey, and it just doesn't seem to be firing anything.
Hemmett's gonna walk up to it. You were right there. Or is that... Are you out of magic, or... You evil? Most undead are evil.
Should I give him a pen and paper so he can tell us?
Oh, that's a good idea. Holds
Okay.
up
I'm
He
starting to
begins
think this
pointing the wand in your face and poking you in the cheek with it.
If you keep
Start.
poking me in the cheek, I'm gonna stab you.
Honey's going to just put her hand between the wand and Habit's cheek. Be like, okay, stop that. That's rude. Rude. Stop. It's rude to point as she's pointing at it.
He points the wand in your face and begins poking you in the cheek with it.
Okay, that's it.
That's
I'm
the
stabbing
wand.
it.
I mean, is it like a physical wand?
It is a physical
You
wand.
actually feel it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm snatching it because he starts poking at me like, stop that! Just don't appreciate that.
As you snatch it from his palm, the
no.
skeleton shatters and falls to pieces on the floor.
That
Oh.
wasn't me. That wasn't me. I didn't do that.
I think it was you.
That was...
You didn't say
was-
anything. I dropped the wand.
The wand clatters to the floor.
I want to go pick it up.
And Honey does too. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
That would be a terrible, terrible trap. I'm
you
sorry.
were not lying when you said we took the TPK route.
No, so the wand clatters to the floor.
I'd like to pick that up, see what's going on with that.
All right. You see the fine craftsmanship, and roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, not good. I mean, not super terrible. 14. No, not good.
It's not. You're not exactly certain. I mean, you've seen others similar to this. I mean, really, it's well crafted and everything, but I mean, it might be magic. It's probably magic. Probably someone inept made it.
I mean, the craftsmanship is just so shoddy on this thing, but I'm gonna just hang on to this for a little bit, you know, just in case. You never know, it could come in handy.
Do we want to take like a short rest and you can see what it does? Get
This is a
some
good
spell
idea.
slots back, get some key back, get my action surge back. We are a short rest party group.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, that
Yeah.
actually sounds like a good idea.
Okay. So
Uh,
you take a short rest, and during that time, you regain anything that you wish to regain. Also, you have the option of using hit dice to replenish any lost hit points that you might have spent. Maybe not dodging the blows that you should have dodged, or rolling better. And in so doing, in this rest, you also, Jemeline, you recognize this to be a Wand of the War Mage +1.
Ooh. So for Sam, what does that just is what +1 to attacks and stuff?
Attacks and damage on spell attacks.
Ooh.
Which is awesome for your Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
normally get pluses to your spell damage.
Does it require attunement? I would assume so.
Ooh,
I want to say
actually,
it does, because
Does-
it's a rare, wondrous item.
does anyone want to attune to the Cloak of Protection?
Now would be a good time to do so.
My armor
Hi,
class is
Casey.
mine is 20, so if you want it, you can have it.
Nah, I'm 18. I'm pretty good. Jemeline, how are you doing on AC?
Requires
Yeah, you don't need to-
attunement by a spellcaster. While holding this wand, you gain bonus to spell attack rolls determined by the wand's rarity. In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
I'm actually. Let me double check.
Should only be able to attune to one of the items, actually.
I mean, I've already got Spell Sniper, which means my spell attacks ignore 1/2 and 3/4
As I
cover.
understood, it was 3 items that you would be able to attune to.
Yeah, that's the thing is I've already got my attunement slots filled, so I would have to swap it out with something else.
Ooh. Yeah, we can't use the wand. But if you're already attuned up, that means one of us probably should use the cloak.
I can hit people with it.
Did-
It's a stick.
With the cloak?
With the wand. It's like, if you want to hit somebody with the cloak, that seems like an awful waste.
Well, yeah, I could probably hit somebody with the cloak too. You know, wrap it up, snap it.
The wet towel attack. Flurry of locker room.
Yep.
Flurry of locker room.
Locker room.
Well done. Well done. Okay, so
I will attune to the cloak of protection if you want, just so that way it's attuned to somebody and being of use.
Yeah.
good. Okay, so you venture forth and come out the other side of a secret passage. Out of the other side of the secret passage, you come into a small room, maybe 40 by 50 feet. The floor in this chamber is made of round. They look at cobblestones at first, until you are about to step down onto them and you realize that one of them has eye sockets looking back up at you. And then you look out before you, and this circular chamber that is maybe 50 feet across is floored entirely in the skulls of humans, dwarves, and elves. You're not sure to what depth it goes, but it is filled to a maybe 3 or 4 inches below the lip of the room before you step into it. And as you look around with the purple glowing sconces along the edges of the wall, there is an enormous scorpion spider dangling from the ceiling.
Poor knock on. Rest in peace.
It's a good thing he didn't see this.
That
The
most
spider
likely would've killed him.
represents a petrified tarantula. It has exquisite detail, every hair carved in stone. It is almost gargantuan in size. It is quite impressive. And around the base of the room, in midst the skulls, there are 8 sculptures, statues, petrified drow. You're not really sure what they are, but they are extremely lifelike.
Or this isn't a problem.
There
Yeah,
is
this
an
looks like
exit
a
on
trouble-
the far side of the chamber.
Well, either these things are faking it, or there's something that can turn things to stone, or they're magical statues that will attack us.
Can
Wait.
I'd like to poke the tarantula scorpion with my staff.
Of course you would.
Let's poke the biggest thing in the room first.
Let's
to see if it attacks.
get out of the way.
As you begin to walk across the stone or the skull floor, the skulls shift and turn under your feet, making it difficult terrain. Some of the bones fragile and shattering underfoot, others solid and resilient under your weight. As you reach up to poke at this enormous spider, you see peeking over the underbelly of this spider a familiar figure who points down at you, and a ray of frost from his scorpion finger launches towards you.
Again?
I'm
That
really
is
not
just
liking
so
this.
gross.
With a 19 to hit.
Pretty sure that hits me. Oh shoot! I didn't roll my short rest dice. Oh. Go ahead now.
For 9 points of damage.
Okay.
You do regain your hit points during the short rest. I'm not going to penalize you because you didn't write them down.
Thank you.
Also, that would really screw with all my balance mechanics and timing, and that ruins my fun. So please write down your hit points.
Okay.
So okay,
9
so
points of damage.
you see the face of Murial looking at you from on top of this spider, its legs down in between the statues on the floor, and on top of it is Muriel, who is very much joyfully casting spells at you.
Can I smack him with my staff with him right there? Just whack him on the head?
He is definitely out of melee range.
Darn.
Oh, we should have put on the slippers of spider climbing.
And,
I mean, I'm hanging out on my broom.
and with that, he snickers and skitters up the wall and through a hole in the ceiling.
I flip out the hole.
You are a coward, and I can't wait to stab you. Okay.
That is just disgusting.
Didn't even have the decency to come down here so I can at least punch you back. Jeez. Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think I would, if I could.
Are you telling me you don't want me to punch you?
Of course, I don't like I like being punched, but you hit very hard.
Yeah, I do. And I brush off the frost that's on my shoulders, like.
You note that the room on the far side, the entrance, suddenly, and a sheen appears across it, and you look back the way you've come, and a shield appears across it, and all of the stone statues turn their heads to look at you.
See, I knew
Draw
the
stone weapons and begin advancing upon you.
I hate it when you're right.
Now that is just neat.
It's just some good intuition.
Gem, they're gonna kill us!
As they step off of the stone plinths that they are on, raised a foot up out of the skulls, the stone appearance begins to statically vanish off them, and they become drow fighters.
Oh, okay, that is neat.
Would you guys stop complimenting the people that are going to kill us?
I wonder if the giant spider scorpion's gonna do the same thing, though.
Don't speak it into existence.
So, that will be initiative. Again, man, we are getting some combat in. I'm sorry, we're going to use the same initiative just to save the time of writing it all down. Yep, I will re-roll initiative for them. And... oh yeah, cool.
Sorry, I'm so yummy, jeez.
So, Tim, what are you thinking of a new character?
Is he gonna drop down from the ceiling? Say yes.
I'm just finishing off the spells now.
Oh, nice.
Tell me it's a drow and we can interrogate one of these guys and it could be you.
Not a drow, because I don't have it available in D&D Beyond.
That makes my options limited here. I guess you're going to have to kill all 8 of them.
I'll work it out.
Okay, so. All right. Okay, the drow fighters advance, and Hemet, you are going to have the top of the round. They have spent their turn advancing towards you, and you have the party roughly circled.
Fantastic. I'm going to go up to one. And I'm going to use my fighting spirit. Because I really like fighting spirit. That is so awesome. Which takes a bonus action. And 10 temporary HP. Yes. And then I'm going to attack it. 3 times at advantage. That's a natural 20.
Yep. Why don't you roll damage on that one first?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a very good natural 20
Yes.
for 23 points of damage.
You lunge outward with your sword cane in a first draw / move at the same time, and pierce right through the left eye socket of the first one, and it slumps to the ground. He slumps to the ground on your blade and does not rise.
Fantastic. I'll turn to the next one if I can.
You can reach the second one.
Awesome. And that is a 29 to hit
That will also hit.
for 12 points of damage.
Okay, that one you slash viciously across the chest. His fine clothing parts, and you can see his rib cage, but you can also see portions of maybe the still beating heart within his chest. But he does not die. He collapses to a knee and stares at you with a vacant, confused look on his face.
Then I take my third attack and try to stab him in the heart for 22.
That will definitely hit. He has 1 hit point left. You can literally not fail to kill him. You pierce him straight through his unarmored and unrib-caged and unclothed and pretty much bare to the open air heart, and pin him to the stone plinth behind him.
These guys are really easy to kill.
Next in the initiative order will be Honey.
Heck yeah, let's rage! And I start punching. Alright, so... Ooh, look at what I can do again, because I keep forgetting what I can do. I'm not used to hitting things. Okay. Just gonna take my 2 attacks, and so you said there were 8 of them, 2 of them went down, so it means there's 6.
Yep.
Right, so 17 plus 8, pretty sure that hits.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. 25 will definitely hit.
And the other one's a 10.
10 will not hit.
Okay. Alright, so my first attack, I would like to impose a stunning strike on it.
Yes.
Can I do that? And also roll damage? Is that a thing?
Yep.
Yes, it does damage, as well as they cannot take an action on their next turn.
Alright,
Nope,
awesome.
the stunned is a con save, right?
Alright, neato. Then I'm gonna also use my bonus action to do a flurry of blows, that way I can... But anyway, hey, neat! So, for the one that hit, it's a total of 12, because I rolled 8! And
Damage?
So now, yeah, total 12 damage for the one thing that hit it first, and I'm gonna roll for my flurry of blows now. Is that okay?
So the first one caves in his nose, and he falls to his knees, blinded, but still alive.
Okay, so 14 for the first flurry of blows thingy, and then a 22 for the second flurry of blows.
The 22 will hit. The 14 will not.
Okay. 7.
And your roundhouse, following the sharp elbow to the nose, the roundhouse comes around in a completely blinded and surprising blow and snaps his neck as he falls into the bodies and the skulls around him. Number 3 is no more.
Woo!
Okay. Next in the initiative order is going to be Gemmaline.
How many drower left?
5.
5. I'm gonna just Eldritch Blast 3 of them, each with a thingy. And I'll hex 1 for good measure.
All right.
Oh, pretty good. 27.
Yeah, that'll hit.
20.
that'll hit.
3 and 17.
All 3 hit.
Yeah!
So you rake your hands down your arms, and between your fingers, 3 little black globules of crackling purple energy come to light, and you launch them outward in 3 separate directions, and they each strike 3 targets.
Yeah.
One of the 3 targets.
The hexed one takes 4 force, and the others take 5 and 9.
All right. The one that takes 9, you notice as it strikes his shoulder that it actually singes, burns away, and then an ember comes through down his shoulder and burns off his upper arm even, and his left arm falls to the ground. The other 2 are struck midway through the torso, and a sucking gut wound begins draining blood onto the skulls below. Okay.
I'm not
Next.
cleaning that up.
Cool!
Zombie people.
Okay. Next is going to be the drow. So the one of the 2 with a sucking gut wound is going to lunge at Hemet, is going to make an attempt to attack from behind while he's distracted with the other 3 that he has just slain. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
If we're surrounded, do we get attacks of opportunity because of proximity?
So the way I'm figuring it, no, they have to exit the space that is attacked. So I would say that they're
Okay.
just entering an attack space, like a threatened square.
Okay, thank you.
You hear my son?
Yeah. Has he learned to say Eldritch Blast yet?
No, he's not a little warlock. He can't say Eldritch Blast. But he knows how to invoke his gods. That's for sure.
So he's a cleric.
Yes. But not a very pious one. He's all about himself. Okay, so 14 plus... That'd be an 18 to attack Hemet.
That will
which
miss.
Miss. And Sue... No, I'm sorry, it would be a 19. But it does not hit. Next, another will charge in against Honey. And is going to make an attempt to attack. Oh, that's not going to hit anything with a 2 on the die.
No.
The one with the missing shoulder is going to pick up the sword out of its other fallen arm and look at you all with this rage intent in his eyes and make a running, like jumping lunge with the sword upraised as the singed portions of its arm begin to fall away in ash. It is going to attempt to stab Gemmaline. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
All right, you take 3 points of damage as the short sword buries itself within your left side. The one southernmost to the point is going to make an attack of a 21 against Honey.
That hits.
Okay, and that will be 9 points of damage as it sinks
Okay.
into your left quadricep.
Ow.
And
Is
then
it 9?
the last one is going to make an attack against Hemet, sort of attempting to flank from the other side, and that is a natural 20. So he is going to roll a
Come at me.
crit, which is
Ugh. say that too loud.
12 points of damage as he buries the short sword deep into your rib cage, up underneath the edge of your armor.
Nice.
Okay, next is going to be the top of the round. Hemet, it will be your turn to react.
More stabbing. Now that I got 2 around me, it's great.
More
You
things
guys
to put
made
your
this
sword in.
really easy.
Look at all these sheaths coming to you.
Yeah. I was afraid I was gonna have to run over the skulls to get you, and now you're here.
Make them bleed all over
Suck.
these skulls in the Drow Temple. I'm sure there's nothing that will be happening with blood rituals here.
I didn't think that far ahead. It's fine. I say these are all going to be against one of them, unless it goes down. That's a 13, 22, and a 28.
The 22 and the 28 will hit.
Okay. Oh, a total of 18 points of damage.
That will take his head off as it goes sailing across the room, falling amid the other skulls to leak what is remaining of his life force and consciousness out onto his surface-dwelling brethren. You have your 20 to attack with still against the other target.
No, that was both. That was both attacks.
Oh, 18
was a 9
total
and a
between
9.
them. I gotcha. Okay. Yep. It
Yeah.
would take both. Okay. It
I'm not
wasn't
that
a
good.
clean hack. You know, it was the first one, and then the second one from the other side, and it sent the head flailing and or sailing across the room.
I loosened the neck and then smacked it off.
Yeah. Like you do. Old battlefield tactic.
The decapitator.
And number 8 is no more. Perfect. Next will be Honey.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep punching things. Gonna do another stunning strike on. There's 4 left?
There are 4 left. 3 of them wounded.
Alright, which one looks the worst?
The one that is attacking Gemmeline currently.
Okay,
That's a
I want to
short
get rid of
sword.
him anyway. I'm gonna go after the one attacking Gemmeline then. Alright, so punch, and then flurry of blows. So 20?
That'll hit.
10?
That will not.
Natural 1!
Oh.
And you accidentally punched Gemmeline.
Ow!
not hard. I mean, your fist just glances right off of this drow lady and just catches her kind of like right in the ear, you know, you ear box her. Not enough to cause any damage, but her head rings.
Sorry! And last one
What?
is I said sorry! Last one is a 9. So I think I only hit that thing once.
Yep, okay, so deal your damage.
Yeah, it's a total of 10.
That will be enough as you successfully kick in the chest cavity of this this drow. It was somewhat weakened by the embers of the eldritch blast that struck it in the chest and the shoulder and burned its arm off. It falls to the ground. They fall to the ground, sort of gasping for air, and they stare at you with this confused, horrified look on their face. If they weren't drow, you'd expect that they were begging for mercy. And their
That's
life
weird.
expires with a little bit of blood dripping
There's
down
the
their
classic Corey.
Honey's not killing Cerebral punching things anymore, which is weird.
chin. Okay. Next will be Gemmeline.
If how many are still up now? What do we...
That would mean that there are still 3 up.
All right. If the one that my hex was on isn't still alive, I'll move my hex onto one of them. And
She just killed the one that you hexed.
she did. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was the same one or not. Well then I'll move my hex over to somebody else, whoever's closest to me.
Sure.
And then I'm blasting one at everybody.
All right.
Saving my spell slots.
I got
till
blasts,
freaking
y'all.
Murial comes back. Oh, that wasn't super good. 17.
That'll hit.
A 16.
That'll hit, just barely.
And then if that was just barely, then the next one is a miss. That's a 15.
Okay.
I rolled. Yeah, I seriously just rolled like one after the other. That was ridiculous. The one that is hexed is going to take 7 force damage, and the other one takes 2.
All right. All right, neither of them go down, but the one that took the hex 7 damage does appear to be completely lost in the darkness at this point, and is staring up, and you realize that you singed off one of his eyes.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah.
Battle is grody.
So gross.
All right, so that will be the drow. The one that is missing an eye is going to shake his head, and his singed remain of his left eye falls to the ground. But his right eye fixes on you, and he charges maddeningly and makes an attempt in a last-ditch effort to end you. That will be, 21 to hit. So that will be 3 points of damage.
This was me, right?
Yep.
3
points
points.
of damage. The next one is going to charge after Honey, which is the one with a sucking gut wound. He's going to attempt to stab with a 17 to hit.
Nope.
Nope. Overextends, lunging towards your chest. You dodge just out of the way and watch it sort of push the arm. And what build did you take? You don't get to retaliate. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I get to look at him funny though. Did you try to hit me?
What was that? Was this sparring practice? What are you, level 1?
Basically.
And the remaining one is going to also be attacking Honey.
Does that mean he left me? Because that's the one that was on me, right?
I thought you killed the one that was on you. No, I'm sorry, you're right. There were 2 on you. He is on you. He is on you. So that will be a 15 to hit, which will not hit as it glances off your pauldron. And that will bring us back to the top of the round with Hemet.
Not a pauldron. It's a suit.
Your shoulder pads, sir.
Just big 80s.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you correct the DM. Shoulder pads.
They're very square.
Yes!
Alright. It's going to attack the one in front of him again. So that's a 25 for the first one to hit. I'm going to do damage separately just
Yeah, that'll
in
hit.
case. That's 15 points of damage.
Yeah, that one, he decides that maybe he's had a better career option in the afterlife and gives up the ghost. He
Gives up the
expires
ghost.
on the tip of your sword, and there are a few gouts of blood and an angry look on his face as he sort of steals his last resolve and charges in to realize that he's just run himself further onto your blade and collapses below you unconscious before he hits the ground.
Fantastic. Pull the blade out. Am I close enough? Because this is difficult terrain, right?
This is difficult terrain.
Can I get to any
They're
of the other
only about
ones?
15 feet away. You've got enough movement to get there.
Okay. Then I will get to the next one and I will stab him. The one on Gemaline.
Both of them are on Gemaline, actually. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. One of them is on Gemaline.
Alright, I'll go for that one.
Alright.
26.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit, and you can literally not fail to kill it with only 1 hit point remaining. So as you come charging in, you cleave downward with your razor sharp, dare I say, katana-like cane sword, and split him stem to sternum. Well, in this case, I guess it would be more sternum to stem, as it's in a downward motion, and he collapses in upon himself, ribs really just not holding up to the force of your blow. Please do roll another attack against the final remaining.
I can't get to that one unless.
It's.
It would take 15 feet, and that's all I have.
Yeah, no, you don't have that. Okay. And next is going to be Honey. You have one on you.
Okay, I guess I'm hitting him.
And
Yeah, I'm doing it all again. Just smack, smack, smack. That's enough to one.
you ever hit your funny bone while you were trying to pop someone in the face and their nose just goes right in that nook right between the bones? Oh, that stings, and everyone else thinks it's hilarious.
I guess it's a good thing my next one's a 17.
That'll hit.
Don't you laugh at me! Pop! This is a natural one!
Serious? Oh my god!
This is how I roll, literally.
And in this one, you connect successfully with your second blow, but as you really go in for your follow-up sweep kick and just try and take this guy down, a skull shifts underfoot and you fall on your butt. You manage to use your momentum to get back to your feet, but you're pretty sure you have a piece of skull lodged in your butt right now.
Ow, 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 and I guess...
Roll damage on the successful hit.
Yeah, okay. That's a 9.
9 damage will be enough to cave in the poor fucker's skull. He is no more. In fact, you're sure you've seen smaller dents in total cars. So that's the end of that one. That is the end of the combat, and well struck. These guys were not super tough. However, they were just enough a distraction to let Muriel get away. Man, he just keeps doing that to you guys.
Ow, my butt!
You pull a piece of skull shard out of your butt. There's a little bit of a dimple where it like bit in, and you're
It's like sitting on a Lego.
bleeding. Somebody got a Band-Aid?
Don't worry, not kid. Oh, that's right.
You might get infected with elf.
Oh god, that's the worst kind of illness.
I
Okay.
don't want elf like it for me.
With the destruction of these drow, the walls vanish. The phantasmal walls vanish from the doors to the east and the west. One from whence you came, the other to which you journey on.
Anybody else think that was incredibly weird?
That was pretty strange. I wonder where that mural went to.
He's a coward. We'll find him again, I bet. He'll be like, "Raw, I'm on the ceiling. Here's a ray of frost."
Tim, did you send me your character? Your new character?
Nope, I've done it. I'll send it now. Hopefully. Right, how do I do this?
Is it in the...
It's in the campaign, yeah.
It's in the campaign. I like that. That's a good thing.
I'll just move it to make sure it's assigned somehow.
Oh shoot, Gem! I just realized we didn't loot the bodies.
Oh,
From what, the drow?
The drow?
Yeah.
Yeah. You find they're all wearing chainmail, and I'll spare you the time. They're all chainmail +1 and short swords +1.
Okay. Nothing shiny for Gemaline.
Yeah, nothing I can really use.
Nothing
I don't know if
shiny.
any of y'all can get any good out of this stuff, though.
Magic armor and weapons worth minimum.
I know, monks can
$500.
use
It's
short
ironic,
swords.
really, isn't it?
No, I like the weapons that I was born with.
Hammett fixes his tie. I am good with what I have.
It sure is fun to watch people's expressions change when they realize that, you know, I can punch them just as good as I can use other things on them.
Actually, can't you use short swords? Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
the +1? You could be like stabber, 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 stabber.
Tim, I don't actually see your new character in here.
Yeah, hang on. Is there any way I can? Sorry, is there any way I can add it without having to go into the campaign, or?
Well, I wouldn't be able to see it if it wasn't part of the campaign.
Yeah, hang on.
You want me to send an invite link, or
I'll loot bodies. I'll quickly transpose it all over.
Oh, okay. Did you build it on a different campaign?
Yeah, I can do that now. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be able to just
doesn't
switch
take too long.
campaigns.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave the campaign and then join another one.
Okay, character.
Okay.
But yeah, stabbing is quite fun, I can assure you.
You do
Depends
find
on
you
if
a
you're
significant
still-
amount of loot on the drow. And the chamber to the west. I would like to narrate before we get too close because we only have maybe 10 minutes left on the stream here. So we probably won't have another encounter, but I will say that as you enter the next chamber, there is an enormous globe of blackness.
This again.
Ugh. This guy's a one-trick pony.
But he either did that, or this is part of the place, or I could stab it. I can always stab it.
This
I
was
can
much
follow-
smaller. A 20-foot diameter hemisphere of darkness blots out much of the room. There are purple sconces on the stone walls. The stone here is much cleaner. The floors are well swept, and you get the impression that this is an often frequented area.
Hmm.
I
You
have
think it's
no
another-
idea.
This is a worship place.
Squelching, sucking noise penetrates the silence.
I don't like the sound.
That definitely did not sound good.
No, squelching never is never good. I'm with you.
Scratching, sucking always makes me think of tentacles, and I've never had good encounters with tentacles.
Well, I mean,
Makes me think of the time I filled up one of the monastery's hallways full of day-old pudding. And
great old one warlock looks awkward.
Wow, tentacles, I mean.
gosh,
What's wrong with tentacles? I don't understand.
I don't know anything about tentacles. Do you? I don't know.
Would you be interested in our Lord and Savior Cthulhu? There's nothing tentacle about him.
Yeah, gosh, the heck-
So the sphere of darkness you said is about 20 feet. How big is the rest of the room? Like, is it?
The room is
How much-
maybe 75 to 80 feet across
Oh.
and about 45 feet deep. There are pillars, like almost Roman pillars, except they appear to be webbed with spider webbing, and it's made of stone. The webbing is made of stone. It's stylized, and it reaches out towards the ceiling at angles and appears to be supporting the ceiling. There are, I mean, it's pretty uniform gray stone throughout the area, well fitted, no mortar. Very clean.
But I give the drow.
Well, I mean, this is a lot better than the other rooms we were in.
Well, I
But
mean,
it's
we
like
had
Kelly's
the
gonna love this place.
skull room, we had the banshee, wonderful spider room. Yeah, this is nice. They're good.
Yeah.
They're really good with their architect, though. Look at those spider webs; they look real.
After
Yeah,
another
no.
minute or so, you hear the squelching, sucking noise again, and this time
See, I
A
told
pop
you, it's
follows
most
it.
likely tentacles.
That is so gross sounding. I'm floating like 5 feet up off the ground, just like.
Can I look around? Can I look up the ceiling? Because can we tell where that squelching sound is coming from at all?
it's coming from within the blackness. There are two other exits to the room, to the east and the west.
Oh wait,
I mean, we can just try and avoid it and see what happens.
It-
Yeah.
I have a feeling if there's something lurking in there, though, they've already seen us.
Yeah.
here, then do we still have any of those short swords? Because I can just throw one in there and see what happens.
Good idea.
I didn't take any.
I don't think.
They're in party loot. We can say, for the sake of brevity, that you took a few of them based on what you could carry as loot. They are fairly valuable.
Okay, I'm gonna take one and just throw it in there. See what happens.
So roll an improvised weapon attack.
That's an 11.
That will definitely not hit something in the darkness.
Well, I think it's safe in there. I'm a pretty
Can
good
I?
thrower.
Can I? Can I be the first one to kind of shuffle out there? I'd like to. Can I be stealthy about it? Like I'm not a rogue, but can I like stealth?
Everybody
Can stealth.
I don't know. Okay, can I stealthily and carefully start making my way across the room and see if anything crazy happens?
Into the darkness?
Or around the globe of sucky blackiness.
Yeah. So you take your time and you sneak around here and there, this way and that, and nothing really seems to be happening. But you do notice with almost timeable regularity that every minute or so you hear this squelch, suck, pop.
I mean, do we want what's in
Coming
there?
from within the darkness.
Well, if it's not bugging us, I think it would probably be. I'm probably yelling this from across the room because I made my way probably a little way along the doors. I think if it doesn't care that I walked across and I'm like the loudest person in existence, it's probably okay.
Well,
Definitely
okay.
just waits a second.
Nothing
Honey starts
terrible
like
seems
waving
to
her
happen.
arms.
Again, nothing terrible seems to happen.
Well,
I do a
then we
jig.
could- Something terrible happens.
Your
I
god
hate
punishes
dancing.
you.
Oh god.
I'm just like, come on, guys, let's go. Everything's fine over here.
Well, I mean, which way do we want to go? There are two doors.
Well, last time we went right. You want to try going left?
Oh, what if there are secret doors? He's looking for secret doors now along the wall.
Roll me an investigation.
Awesome. So good. 6.
Why the hell would they put secret doors down here? You're already behind a secret door. Who puts a secret inside of a secret? But you look
That's-
anyways, and you are unsurprised that there is no secret doors here. That kind of
You know,
amateur
guys-
architect school they go to.
I'm
I
getting
think-
bored. I'm gonna leave without you.
I think there's no secrets in secrets. It's really weird that way. Oh, yeah.
Leave without you in 3,
You going east or
2.
west?
Yeah, do we want to go east or west?
Honey starts walking east. Doesn't even wait.
Guess we're going east.
East it is.
Okay. As you come into the next chamber, you come around a corner and you see on a stone plinth is a fair maiden carved in stone. She appears to be of elven make. Of elven make, like a car. She's an elven maiden. She appears to be dancing, but held still forever on top of this stone pillar. She has her arms raised in a pirouette, much like this, and as you approach, you can tell that it appears that she is meant to be holding something. Behind her stands a door, double doors to be precise, and they are latched.
Oh, let me guess. We have to put something in the statue's hand, and then the doors will open.
Don't
As
tell
you
me
get
it's that
just-
stupid orb.
As you get a little bit closer, you see that there is a brilliant white radiance shining down from the ceiling that is glaringly bright upon this alabaster statue. In a radius of 15 feet.
That's pretty. You know, I haven't seen the light in a while. We've been down here a long time. You think it's sunlight?
Suspicious.
I think it's sunlight. It's gonna walk up underneath it to look and be like,
Oh.
"Ah, the sun.
Oh,
I miss the sun."
maybe not the sun. Maybe more like the moon. Its force hammers, and I say hammers, down upon you with the force of a moonbeam spell.
Oh, jeez. We're the
Hey, guys,
smartest
I think
party.
I think it's the
Honey was literally gonna be like, maybe not. Can you not? Never mind. Here he goes.
Haven't misses the day.
So you take 2d10. Nope, higher level. Sorry.
Yikes.
It's okay.
Everything is fine.
4d10.
I'm still at 100 HP. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Fighters are pretty hard to kill once they get up there.
Yeah,
They
and the
get to
temporary
soak a
HP
lot.
boost is fantastic.
Yeah, until whatever's in that dark circle comes out.
Yeah.
With all
Yeah.
squelching tentacles.
Tentacles are gonna be the death.
I can only control the tentacles I can cast, y'all, so I mean...
Take
You can-
21 points of radiant damage as it
Oh.
virtually melts you like a candle. You feel your skin begin to boil and melt to the floor.
Get 21 points of radiant damage. Hey guys, I don't think this is actually a good thing.
Yeah, no kidding. Get the heck out of there. Jeez.
Yeah. He steps back and then he's do it. Oh, wait, let me check that. Yeah, it's a short rest, so he's gonna use his second one. Just to get that out of the way.
I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but goodness, you guys are making me look way smarter than I actually am.
But with that puzzle before you, with the black sphere and the dancing statue and an unknown chamber in the other direction, we're going to leave you with a cliffhanger as what behind these doors. And will our party survive to find out?
No.
No. No.
I will say,
He
knock
said
on
it was
wood,
the TPK route.
we'll find out next session. But it might be in poor taste. Though I will say, I am ecstatic to look at Vedak and your new roll-in. I can't wait to see how this ties in with the adventure and with the rest of the party.
This is just now a rule for everybody. Make sure you have your second character ready.
Yeah, I was gonna say our homework for the week, everybody. Make a
See,
backup.
if we
And
were
I'm gonna
really,
make up another backup character just in case.
if we were really level 11 and fought our way all the way there, we'd probably be a little more cautious than walking into a moonbeam.
Wisdom 8.
But
Ah!
as it's a 3-arc
14.
session, I mean, it is what it is, and we are having fun. We are here to explore the dungeon of the Mad Mage, not to see our characters go through ascension and become gods themselves. So, our characters are simply the tools of our own sinister desire to see a peek behind the veil of the madness of the Dark Mage. So, with that, we will see you all next Monday, right here at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And good 3-hour session. And, you know, guys, I had a lot of fun with this one, and I felt like I got to really narrate some cool elements and some amazing new monsters with here as well. Your characters, I love the personalities. We will mourn the loss of Knock on Wood. That joke could have kept going, I'm telling you guys.
It still will.
I was going to say, he needs another pun. Please, give me more.
He's a divine soul sorcerer.
Nice.
Oh, boy.
So I'll work out some kind of puns.
Excellent. So, with that, real quick,
God.
before we wrap, everybody, could you just give me a quick rundown of who you are on the internet again? And maybe we can go check you guys out, follow you on your other streams, and stick with our favorite players. I love this community for exactly that. I get to play with new people all the time. And I will say, I did not say it at the beginning of the stream, so I will say I am DM Corey, at DM Corey on Twitter, on Instagram, on virtually everywhere. That's me, at DM Corey. And you can find me making crazy posts and ridiculous Twitch streams here on on Variant Roles, on Encounter Roleplay, and on my own channel. Periodically, I've been taking a bit of a sabbatical on our Sunday game because I'm in the middle of moving. So, with that, Tim, if you would tell us a little more about you and...
Hey, I'm Tim, at Anon Moth on basically every single bit of social media. I'm just around, chatting, talking to people, and actually just creating some homebrew at the moment, specializing in monks because I'm a monk guy. So yeah.
All right. Ryu?
Hello, I'm Ryu. I do a lot of drawing, I do a lot of writing. You can find me pretty much everywhere under Ryu Red Wings, which is RYUREDYINGS. I also stream on Twitch sometimes. I forgot to mention that earlier. And again, just Ryu Red Wings everywhere, so you can probably just look that up. And I stream drawings on Wednesdays and Fridays. And that's really about it.
Nice. I love art streams. Samwise.
Hey, I am Sam. You can find me at Samwise_GameG here on Twitch, on Twitter, and Instagram. I also play with a game on Encounter Roleplay, where Corey DMs me there as well. So if you're free earlier on Monday nights, you should come check us out. And otherwise, I mostly stream Skyrim, so if you're into Skyrim, come and hang out sometime.
In a pretty awesome character accent, too, I will say.
Oh, Dankeschön.
And,
Yeah.
and
I
Kyle.
stream the adventures of another D&D character in Skyrim, so...
Kyle?
I am Kyle. You can find me at Kajakuma on Twitter. It's spelled wrong. I know. It's spelled underneath my name, hopefully. But yeah, I don't really do other stream stuff because I am still working on that. But hey, you can follow my random tweets about my son.
You know, those real tweets, they actually are the ones who draw the followers. I've learned that I make only D&D tweets and I don't really get a whole lot of interaction on them. So I'm thinking about posting a lot more real stuff out there. Anyways, guys, it's been a great game with you, and it's been a great stream. So thank you guys for watching out there.
Thank you, Corey.
Thanks for
Yeah,
DMing us,
thank
mate.
you.
Thank
you
you.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you for
And,
killing me.
Well, that's gonna be the clip. Hey, it wasn't a total party wipe.
Not yet.
Not next session.
No, that's next session. Just declare it.
All right. And if you're watching this on VOD, come check us out. We're all over the place. And thanks for watching Variant Roles. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Night.